Oh man, did you hear that super cool new podcast intro?
Whoa.
That was awesome. Big shout outs to Moody Music,
Yes.
spelled Moode, space Myooozik.
We will attach their Twitter handle
Yeah.
into the description if you remember.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry. I'll get that on there. I make templates for everything. Yeah. So we got a new intro song.
It's New Year.
New
It's
Year.
the first podcast. We are technically in season 3.
Yeah, we're technically in a new decade.
No, we are in a new decade. It's not technical at all.
I mean, well, I like using the words.
If you think
that
about
you
time
use
being
to
relative.
Yeah, it's true. It actually means nothing has changed. There's actually no big difference, but there's arguments that because the whole world psychologically assumes there's a difference.
Just wait. Welcome to Ships Worldwide Podcast.
Hi, we talk about video games and also sometimes deeper stuff. So what I was saying
What's your name?
My name is Tanner. I like to talk about video games and sometimes deeper stuff.
And I'm Adrian. I just go along for the ride.
That's what we do. So as I was saying, there is a psychological phenomenon where because so many people truly believe that there is a paradigmal shift in the world when a new year comes, that because everyone perceives a change, changes can occur. Because everyone is trying, and it actually will physiologically change people because their environment feels changed.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's so when people are like, who cares? Time is relative. It's like, no, actually, because if you're in an environment where everyone is trying something new, your body will go, yo, things are new, and it will make changes.
You ever just think how screwed up humans are?
A lot. Sometimes I read every single YouTube comment I get. Which is
why? That's not a good idea.
It's okay. I'd say 90% of them are in the realm of like neutral to good, but there's that 10% you sometimes get where you're just like, are you a person
or a robot?
Are you an actual physical human being who wrote this sentence? Because sometimes people will say stuff that I don't know what they're saying. And I'm just like, what are you trying to convey? And it's, yeah, no. So I observe the human condition through YouTube comments, which leads to many a thing.
So going back to like the seasons of the podcast.
Sure, yeah.
Would you consider Sherbetland and
Sherbetland?
First season?
No, Sherbetland was like the prototype pilot series.
Okay.
Right? You know, like where you're trying to get, where it's like the authors tried something, they kind of are throwing out ideas, and then at the end they're like, okay, it's finished. Let's take what worked from that series and move it on to the next one, which then really gets them going. Like, we're JoJo, and Sherbetland was Bow.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So you took the good stuff from
remember,
Bow.
Like, we did those like 2 live streams, and then we realized like we're ready to kick off.
Exactly.
So, Ships Worldwide. So like when did we started in 2018?
I'm gonna say 2018. Yes. Yeah.
So would this be the second season then? No, it would be the third. Yes.
Yeah, it'd be the third.
I like to fit things in the pockets.
Bertland.
I went to those podcasts.
Did you?
Last night. Well, do you see on the doc 50 and 2 year?
Yeah, I was wondering what the heck that was.
So I wanted to remind myself that when I was going through the playlist, last episode was actually our 50th podcast like ever, including Sherbetland.
Okay.
And it's been 2 years since we started podcasting in general.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to
bring up that fact.
Yes, it's been 2 years.
Wow. That feels a lot bigger than what I thought it would be. We've done 50 of these bad boys?
I don't know. This is 51 right now. We're recording, but
wow.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Well, I was going through your playlist.
Yeah.
Like, there's 50. Holy shit.
Yeah. Holy ships worldwide. Okay.
Has anything really changed?
No.
Time isn't relative. It's a circle.
It's just the same stuff keeps happening.
All right.
In fact, I've probably made that joke before. I'm sure I have.
So we hope you like the new
New theme?
Intro theme.
Yeah, we're still gonna have unique middle and endings because we like to throw those in.
Probably
They're a
just
bit of
based
fun.
off our like foreign exchange.
Yeah, whatever we usually talk about, or if it's a one from our foreign exchange, the good tunes.
All right.
Okay,
Our weeks.
what is up with our weeks?
It's cold outside.
It is so cold. We are literally the coldest place on earth right now.
I can't believe that.
It is true. Someone just pinged me on Discord, and I'm scared to check. I'm gonna check on my phone. You tell me about your week while I see what the heck I got pinged for.
How's my week going? I went for groceries. So you know when you go for groceries and you get a ton,
Yeah.
but you feel like really content.
Yeah.
Because you know you have the stuff for a while.
Yes.
I have that. I got that last night.
Nice.
I found some cereal I couldn't find for like 6 months. That's like infinitely better than the ones I have right now. So, you know, that's normie adult stuff. But other than that, enjoying my TV still. Like the what's it called? The initial impression.
Yeah.
It's kind of worn off, and now it's like, yeah, I'm used to this now. So what's Beat saying?
Okay, so he just added me and said at Tanya, because right now I'm a cat girl on our Discord. He just said I did it, and then I said, did what? And he said I suplexed the train. And I said, we're recording the podcast, and I will report this live on the air. And he said, the world's got to know. He has suplexed the train.
Is that
Final Fantasy VI. Suplex the train.
I thought he was playing Nier.
No, he's playing Final Fantasy VI. He finished Nier.
Oh.
Yeah, he finished it. Yeah. I helped him get that final ending.
That's wacky.
Yeah, he has time to play video games. Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I don't. Neither do you.
Not too much, aside from a couple things which are here and there.
But yeah, it's been kind of a normal 2 weeks. How was your New Year's?
I was fine. I thought my family was gonna stay up for the midnight, and they were all upstairs. They were watching sport ball, which I think was hockey, which has no balls involved.
Yeah.
So then I went, and I'm just like, okay. Number one, I had a couple drinks because, of course, it's New Year's, gotta do that. And so then I said, well, I need to do something to distract myself till the actual New Year's time comes. And I said, I looked at my PlayStation VR and I said, I haven't used that bad boy in a bit. I want to pop that on and give it a go. And so I looked through all my VR games and I'm like, man, there's like nothing. And then I saw
I have like 2 of them.
Persona 5 dancing. And I'm like, oh, cool. I remember you could look around the characters' rooms and stuff. Well, I had to unlock that, right? But what I basically did was I spent about 2 hours with the VR helmet on, just spaced out playing rhythm games drunk. It was a magical experience. When I finally took the headset off and went upstairs, it was like 11:30 p.m. and everyone went to sleep. So that was an experience. I thought, like, I actually couldn't feel my body after. Because while I was wearing the headset, I was just using a controller and pressing the buttons for the music, right? Mm-hmm. So I got through that, and then I was like, what is living? It was so weird.
So you decided to spend your New Year's with Morgana.
Yes.
And Ryuji.
Yes. Also, so the actual VR is limited to 2 things in that game. You can, once you finish every character's social links, you can go to their rooms and explore around, which is cool, except I never got there because I didn't know there was a whole second set of social link ranks, because like it shows like 1 to 5, and I'm like, okay, I get their level 5 and I get it. It's like, no, you've unlocked up to 8, and there's slots for 9 and 10, and I'm like, great, awesome. But the other thing is you can go into like a model viewer and look at them, and let me say, I got real close to Joker. Like, I put on that headset, and I'm like, how close can I get to Joker? And so I just sat beside him for a bit. Like, he was just standing there, and I just physically moved, like, close to him and sat down on my desk there, and I just sat next to Joker and looked over. I'm like, I'm sitting next to Joker right now. Like, look at him. I'm just like,
What's he doing?
He was just standing there, just in his idle pose.
T-posing.
He wasn't T-posing, but he was in his idle pose, right? Not idle like IDOL.
Hands in pockets?
Yeah, hands in pockets,
Okay.
pretty much. I was like, hey, bud, how's it going? And it was kind of cool.
That's cool.
It was kind of cool.
You gotta like really enjoy the little moments in VR.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's because my cousin, we went over to his place for Christmas, and he has the new like super crazy Oculus Rift with like the full room set up and all that. And so we were playing that at his place, and got to play a couple things there. My family shocked at how good I am at Beat Saber. They're like, how are you so good at this? And I'm like, it's just a music game. You just do it to the stuff, right? And they're like, no, this is weird because you're doing it perfectly. And it's just because it's like, I played so many music games that it's like, you just feel the rhythm, right? And yeah, I'm moving my body instead of, pressing buttons, but it's the same. We had my mom put on the Beat Saber headset, and she screamed and was terrified because she didn't know. She's like, the blocks are going to hit me. VR is not for her. And then my dad was like, I want to shoot something. So we literally downloaded a game, and my dad was like, pop it. Like there's this one game by I think Epic, where it's like you fire guns, and then when you're out of ammo, you can throw the gun at the robots coming at you.
Oh, that's cool.
And you have unlimited guns, so it's literally to reload. You just either press down on your thighs to get more pistols, or grab from your back to get a shotgun. So you go like shoot, throw, grab, shoot. It was like, it's really cool. And there's my dad, and he's like, this is the best. So we I've been a fun in VR over the break there.
Cool.
And other than that, it's just back to work, back to the grind. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Oh well, okay. I guess I could put this here. So I have now confirmed that for spring break, I am heading to Redmond, Washington.
Oh.
Where I will be hanging out with a employee of Microsoft, and we'll get to go visit the Microsoft studio. Yeah. Will I be able to talk about anything I see there? Nope. But I'm kind of excited for that.
Will you be able to tell me?
Nope. NDAs, bro.
Bro.
It's actually when we went to hang out, because he lives down there, but his family up here. So he's like, hey, let's go out for dinner or something. And so we went and talked, and he's like, he's always looking at his phone. He's like, I don't even know what's public knowledge yet or not, so I have to be careful with what I say. So that's fun.
Halo will swear in Halo 6.
Master Chief would never swear. He's a good boy.
Do you want to talk about some video games?
Let's talk about some. I mean, I kind of already did with my week, but let's talk about some video games.
I've literally only played Death Stranding.
I've from what I hear, you get to a point where it's like it's a slower start, but then you get to that point where
it hooked me hard.
You gotta finish it.
And we're going to be discussing full spoilers at the end.
Yes.
You're going to be watching around an hour video.
Okay.
Because like I tried to find a shorter one. There's like not a shorter one.
Yeah, you're not gonna find a 4-minute explain the ending thing for it. I'm sure. So for context, I know nothing.
And that's so exciting because like you are in for a wild ride.
Oh boy.
Like 3 years of speculation is about to come to an end.
All right. Okay.
But gameplay wise, it was. Like right now, I'm in post game. I'm still like I'm reconnecting America still.
Yes, connect Junji Ito to the Edgar
Wright,
Wright to Conan O'Brien. Apparently, Death Stranding players will not stop peeing on Conan O'Brien's face.
That's what I saw too.
They're like they pee all over his face. It is the most pee-filled area in Death Stranding. Thanks
just
to
mushrooms everywhere.
Yeah, reconnect America with pee.
But
hey. You know when you pee standing up? That's a strand.
Shut up. But it's very it lends itself well to listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
So when you're just traveling, put on a podcast and
definitely like those types of games where it's well, that's why I like grinding in JRPGs too. Mm-hmm. Where you can just pop on either a YouTube video or a podcast and you can just veg out while doing something, right? So I'm actually really bad for if I'm watching, Like one thing I have to stop myself from doing is whenever you give me like a movie or TV show for an exchange, is I have to remind myself, no, I have to be an active watcher of this because I do not actively watch almost anything anymore. Almost everything is okay. I'll put something on and then you play Pokemon and get some more stuff, right? But that's that, yeah, right. So.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the criticisms coming from the game is because people just play that game, and there's a lot long stretches of just like traveling, and there's like nothing really. You just have to keep attentive, and it's like all like there's a bit of meter management, but like once you get into the groove, it's like very natural. And, yeah. But I'm very excited to see what your reactions are to the story, because the story is insane.
Bonkers.
At the end.
Straight bonkers.
Yes.
Okay. Are we talking MGS2 bonkers or are we talking Rising bonkers? Those are very different types of bonkers.
We're talking like end of Evangelion bonkers.
What? Okay. Oh, that's... Okay.
That's what I've seen it compared to.
Okay. Now I'm motivated. Okay.
All right. So we're going to be like, we're going to go through the podcast, and around the spoiler section, we're going to stop.
We're going to stop. I'll watch the video and then we'll come back and we'll link the video and say which one it is, so that if you too would like to know what we're exactly talking about, we will include that there.
Yeah.
Okay. So as for my week here, we will be discussing some of the Pokemon news there.
Yes.
But from that, I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to go back in, and I want to try and complete the Pokedex. Because completing the Pokedex actually gives you an item that will be useful in the new stuff, which is you get a thing called the Shiny Charm, which doubles the chance of finding shiny Pokemon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it goes from 1 in 3,000 to 1 in 1,500, roughly. So, hey, that's pretty cool, and could lead to some cool moments in, say, a Let's Play, right? So right now I'm focusing on trying to get them all. I'm about little under halfway, but I got all the exclusives traded to me. The only thing is I need a Grookey. Do you have a Grookey? Did you get Grookey?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to need you to breed a Grookey for me.
I have no idea how to breed.
What gender is your Grookey?
I don't know.
Okay, so basically, okay. If it's a female, then you can just get another male of another compatible species and put them in the daycare, and they do the do, and then you get an egg. If it's a male, you have to breed with a Ditto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Because I need a Grookey, and I've been wonder trading, which is like where you just trade a Pokemon, and you say I want to give away this Pokemon, and you can trade randomly with people. So like you can get I got a Sobble that way. So I'm like,
wow.
Cool, I got my Sobble, right? I actually got like 5 Sobbles that way.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, that's enough Sobbles. I need a Grookey. No one's giving me a Grookey. So
do you still have those Sobbles?
I do, yeah.
Give me one of them.
Do you want some?
Eventually.
I can definitely do that. Oh yeah, I have tons of them. And I have a French Sobble, so you can take my his name is it's like Lac Million. It's like chameleon, but with an L.
Huh.
So yeah, that's a fun thing. But I've been doing some the max raids with some of the Discord members. So we'll be like raid night, and we'll all go and we'll try and get as many of the 5-star raids as we can, which are very hard when you're dealing with the computers, because how the raids work is, you have like 20 turns to kill this Pokemon, but your Pokemon in total can faint only 4 times. Which, with the players, is usually fine. If your Pokemon are level 100, you're not being killed. But when you don't get a player, they put in a computer in that slot, and some of them bring in like Magikarp, which just die. Or like they'll bring in, there's this one dude who has a Soul Rock, which doesn't ever attack. It always does like, oh, it's using Protect, oh, it's using status moves, and it's like, but it's not actually doing much, and it's like, I hate this guy. And so, but when you get together at least 3 like players that are good together, and maybe a rando, you can get it fairly easily, right? But it's fun. The raid battles are fun, working together with that. So I'm looking forward to what my plan is, get like 3 or 4, maybe 5 Pokemon a day, because they give you that recommendation in your deck. So like today's recommendations are get those every day. Boom, I'll get through that no problem.
Cool.
So Do you see that second one on there?
I do.
Yeah. Are you curious about that?
What, did you see my face like earlier?
Yeah, it was a bit. So then my next thing listed is Gwent.
Why?
Now, I myself did not actually play this,
Oh,
but
why is it on your plate then?
I'll tell you. So I do quick looks with Hellfire commentaries. They get games through their Patreon that they then do the commentaries on, and we were actually told to play through the first hour some of The Witcher 3. So we gave that a look, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. I'm like, yo, this actually looks really cool. I was like, this is something I could see myself playing. And then we got to the Gwent. And I'm like, oh man, the Gwent. Like, I've heard it's better than the game, but I don't know. So then we learned how to play Gwent. And Gwent is legit. Gwent is
the reason why it's so
really
popular.
cool. The actual game is very simple. But it's one that, well, he was playing, but I was wingmanning it. And I was like, I've been thinking about it. That's there because I'm just going to say I'm seriously considering getting The Witcher 3 on Switch.
Oh.
Only for Gwent.
You know there's like dedicated Gwent game, right?
There is, but not on Switch, I don't think.
Why don't you just get it on PS4?
I could, I guess. But it's dope. It's really cool. It's such a... It gave me a bit of scratching the early Yu-Gi-Oh! Itch. So not before it got overly complicated, but when you can just like do cool stuff, and I was like, yo, that's pretty cool. So I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
I have many other things coming in the next couple weeks and months, so I'm like, I don't know if I'll have time. But
I just remembered March.
yeah, it's coming, bro. It's coming.
Bro, it's like a typhoon.
It is, yeah. Oh yeah, that's going to be an expensive month for me.
It's like I can't even reference
Like
it. It's
3 of those I'm going to be getting special editions of. It's a good thing I have a good job. Okay, and then the last thing is the winter anime season has started. So I'm just going to do small reviews of what I am watching. And they are in order of least degenerate to most degenerate. The first one...
Do you think you can do minute reviews?
Not minute. I need a bit more time. Because, well, I mean, at least for you, I have to explain at least the concept.
Not because I'm rushing you, but like a challenge.
No.
No?
I'm not that. I need to pre-write it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one I'm watching is called Hands Off. Keep Your Hands Off Aizoken.
So this is like least degenerate to most.
Least degenerate.
Okay.
This one is a very wholesome show. It's basically about a girl who lives on this crazy sort of rebuilt island in Japan. Like, they just keep rebuilding it. And she and her friends want to make anime.
Oh.
So it's just about them...
One of my friends said they're watching this.
Yeah, so that's... Yeah. I'm sure you've seen pictures of the characters, because they are right now the big memes of the anime community. So I'm sure you've seen this girl, the tall one there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's super wholesome.
Didn't Beat put like a picture of these people?
Yes. Oh yeah.
One of them looks like him.
Yes. But it's really wholesome. It's done by the person who made Devilman Crybaby, which is like, it's very fluid, but it does like some cross medium stuff where when they're talking about the anime they want to make, it'll go from like the backgrounds will start as sketches and then they'll literally build the world around them. It's really nice, right? Like, it's wholesome, and I'm very excited. And the opening song has been stuck in my head because it is just... It's one of those really feel good things. Would
you call it a certified banger hit?
I would. I think this one might become a cult classic.
Okay.
It's really good.
All right.
Now the next one. Remember, this is in order of
so there's 4 of these. So we're like quarter way through here.
Yes. So quarter way through. The next one is Seton Academy Join the Pack. This has been called Racism the Anime.
Oh no.
Because it is about a human boy, who moves to a school where everyone there are animals, except for him. And this dude...
Sounds like Beastars.
This dude okay, but people say this is the season of anime animals, because there's Beastars too. But people say, okay, but he moves there, and this dude hates animals. He hates them. He's literally reading a book in class at one point on how to kill animals.
Oh my god.
He hates animals. But then,
So it's like Animal Farm, but
well, when I say animals, like, okay, this
wait,
is
like
hilarious.
furry animals?
Just wait. The male animals are literally like a lion in a suit, like not humanized at all, just walking around once.
Okay.
The girls are all humans with
Of
just
course.
animal ears, and people are like, "This is the worst." I'm like, "Yeah," but it knows it's trash, right? But then he meets up with this one wolf girl who he like saved as a kid, and the wolf girl's like, "I'm a lone wolf, but you can join my pack." And he's like,
that's where Join the Pack comes in.
that's why it's called Join the Pack. And he's like, absolutely not. I hate animals. And he literally calls her a mutt. And like, he's like, you are disgusting. You are a disgusting creature. It is fun because this dude hates animals so much. And you know what? It's wacky, high school shenanigans. The gimmick being some of them are animals. I'll show you what it looks like so you can at least see.
Do I want to?
It's cute. The only thing I'll say also is there's a koala with absolutely the biggest boobs I've ever seen.
Oh my
Those
god.
things are nuts. They are so big.
That's looks like an anime.
Yeah, so like all the males are literally like the animal in human clothes, and all the females are just like, yeah, she's the wolf, she's the koala, she's the sloth, she's the panda.
Well, if they were actually animals, like no one would watch this. So
absolutely, it's
that's
strange.
the cold hard truth.
There's some strange stuff in it too, where it's just like,
is that the main character?
This is the main character far in the back of this poster shot. There's also another human girl that he's trying to vie for the affection of, but she's against interspecies relationships. She says that it is like a sin against humanity, and so she's like, it's bonkers. Note, this is the second least degenerate on my list. Oh boy, we're going.
Now Nekopara.
Now this one should have honestly been one higher.
We're like now halfway in the tar.
But here's the thing. Nekopara is it's an anime based on a series of visual novels available on Nintendo Switch, and Steam and all that. But don't get the PS4 version because half of that game is removed thanks to Sony censorship policies. It is about a guy who moves out of his house where his sister lives with like 8 cats, and he moves to the city.
More animals.
Again, it's a season of animals. Anime has seasons like this where everything will have a theme. But he moves out of his home in the country to the city to open up a cafe. He wants to live on his own in his job. He wants to open up a pastisserie. He wants to bake. And one day, the movers bring in all the moving boxes, and he notices 2 mysterious boxes are there.
Okay.
And he's like, I didn't. What are these? I didn't pack these.
Pretty interesting premise so
far.
Right?
So then he goes to call the moving company to be like, yo, you left me some suspicious packages. Can you come take these back? And then he hears a sneeze from one of the packages. He opens it up, and 2 of his cats got into there. Okay. And they want to live with him, right? Okay,
so it's fine. It's fine so far. It sounds fine.
Failed to tell you that in this universe,
oh no,
the normal breed of cat has died off due to genetic testing and diseases.
They're not cat girls, are they?
And due to a horrible umbrella-like company, there is now a subspecies of humans that are cat girls.
God damn
it! That live in society, and they are kind of treated as human but not. And so, okay, here's the thing. Nekopara started as porn. Of course it did. And then, once again, it got so popular for not that now it's become a thing of, I literally say, I read Nekopara for the society. Because reading about all this stuff about how they deal with these, like, cat-human hybrids everywhere and what they do is legitimately interesting. Like, for example, can they get driver's licenses? And they address that, where they're like, okay, basically, and for one, they also age like 100 times faster than people.
Okay.
So there's this one cat named Coconut. I'm going to show you Coconut. Coconut Nekopara. Okay, this is Coconut. This is what she looks like. This is Coconut here. Do you see Coconut? He's literally looking away. That's Coconut. Okay? Do you see Coconut?
Unfortunately.
She is 1 year old.
Why is she in a maid suit?
Well, because they work at the cafe. But she is one.
But she's a cat.
Okay, I'll get to that. So, she is 1 year old. Because cats grow faster than humans. So, like, that's kind of wild. So then, do you notice what's around her neck?
Like a
bell, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cat girls legally have to wear bells to identify that they are a cat girl, because if they wear a hat or clothes that cover their tail, you wouldn't be able to tell. Because they are physically, I'm getting buzzed.
Because you're getting, like, arrested.
Listen, no, it's fine. But they have
Why
to
is she wearing a phone?
They have to legally disclose that they are cats, because these cats are proportionally stronger and faster than humans, which could lead to an outbreak of, like, species domination. So they have to wear the collar, but only if they pass a test to prove they are capable of living in human society enough to go off on their own. A cat girl with a bell means they can go out into society and act like a human. They pass the humanization test.
Do they talk English? Like, speak?
Oh yeah,
like
they speak English. The only difference
Not
with
English,
them,
but
but they speak like human language. Yeah. And the only thing is, to pass the humanization test, they have to prove they can ignore their cat-like tendencies. So, for example, they'll do something like they will point a laser pointer at the ground, and they have to resist pouncing at it. If you can resist that, and that's part of the test, you get your bell to live in society. Otherwise, they have to have a master who takes care of them like a cat.
And this is like 3 out of 4 degeneracy.
This is 3 out of... Well, but honestly, it's truly interesting, and I legitimately enjoy learning about this world.
These are cats.
Yes, they are.
And they look like that.
Yeah. And
it's not okay.
So they work at a cafe. Who is buzzing me? Why are they buzzing me?
It's okay.
Okay.
Resist.
No, I'm going to look, because if it's something actually legitimately important.
Nintendo Direct.
Oh, holy shit. Yo, that's rad, though. Perfect.
Nice.
I got a new artwork for a thing later.
Right, well,
Okay.
I don't want to look at that anymore.
Yeah,
So
closing away. Okay, now we've reached maximum degeneracy, and when I say maximum, I'm talking this might be the most degenerate thing I've ever seen.
that's strong.
Yeah, this is to the point of, oh my god, how did this get made? So it's called Ishizoku Reviewers. It is literally. Okay, imagine a Dragon Quest inspired world. So JRPG,
sure.
They even play Dragon Quest music, which makes this really weird. Where it's like it's you got the hero, you got his party member who's like an elf, and it's just them going around, and they are reviewers. They write reviews. That's their job.
Fair enough.
What do they write reviews of? Prostitutes.
Oh my god.
They write reviews of prostitutes, and their goal in life is to sleep with every single species that exists on their planet, because they are an RPG world where there's elves, fairies, orcs, goblins, snake girls. Their goal is to sleep with everything. And so it's literally episodes of them going, hey, you see them bird people?
No.
Yo, let's do this thing.
No.
And then it cuts ahead to afterwards, and they're like, bird people anatomy is kind of crazy, because everything comes out of the same hole called the cloaca.
Why do you watch this?
And so you're watching this, and you're just like...
No, I'm not.
No, I mean, I am. But you're watching this, and you're just like, this is... And it's almost... everything is shown.
Oh my god.
There are small sensors, and I'm just like, how does this exist? This is wild. So the question is it good? And the answer is I'm going to say it is actually pretty funny. They treat it in a funny way, because here's the first conundrum of this. So the main characters are a human who's a sleazebag called Stank.
Oh my god.
His name is Stank. Which is the best name ever. His name is literally Stank. He's this horrible, like, 35, like, scruffy looking hero. So he's like, man, you know, this one elf girl booty, it's like, it's the best. You wouldn't even know she's 500 years old because she lives a long time.
Okay.
You wouldn't know. And then his elf friend is like, dude, that chick's like older than my mom. That's disgusting. But you know what's actually sick? Them 50-year-old human girls. Because, like, 50 years old for an elf girl is not even legal. And so they go into, like, and he's like, but that looks like a grandma. And he's like, yeah, to you that looks like a grandma. To me it doesn't. So they go into, like, which is more okay. A 500-year-old elf girl who looks like young still but is 500 years old and speaks like a grandma but in her, like, you know, young voice, or a 50-year-old human girl. And so it's them fighting about it for the first half of the episode.
Is that it? Is that we're good? We can move on?
That's about all I'm gonna say about that. It is it's just, I don't know how it exists and how Funimation picked it up and is streaming it.
Funimation?
Yeah.
Isn't that the like kid oriented one?
No, they dub all sorts of anime.
Okay.
They're an anime dubbing company, so they'll, like, basically they bid for what they pick up for the season. And they won that one.
Well,
And it's
I'm sure it wasn't being highly contested.
Sure. Well, I don't know. I think this one's gonna sell a lot of Blu-rays, which because they are going to be uncensored. Okay. I'm gonna show you a picture of what it looks like, because I need to show you how much of a scumbag Skank looks like. Stank.
Skank.
Okay. Wait for it.
God.
That's him there.
That...
He is. There he is. Look at this absolute tool. Like, he is the worst. Yeah. This is. I have no idea. This is a low quality picture, and that's, yeah, you, like, holy, oh my god, it is the most buck wild thing to exist. All right.
That's anime.
That's anime. We really hit everything.
Yeah.
We hit, like, we went from, like, wholesome to, like, a little bit degenerate, but still kind of wholesome, to, like, kind of just comedic stuff to, oh my god, what the hell, oh Jesus.
All right.
To the news.
The first news of the year.
First news of the year. We finally got some after the Christmas break. People were like, nope, we're not doing much.
Just seeing what
yeah,
you got.
I got a little bit.
All right, so we'll begin with the West here.
Yes.
Xbox Series X will not launch with next-gen exclusive games.
So, when I first saw this, I'm like, that sounds horrible. And then I read deeper, and I'm like, oh, no, that's fine.
They're basically taking the PC model of stuff, which is like you can play a lot of stuff on like different kinds of consoles, but you'll have the tiers of graphic fidelity.
Yeah, basically they're gonna be like, there's gonna be Xbox exclusives, but it's just gonna be that for the first year there's gonna be games that are gonna be on both Xbox One and Xbox One X. And that if you place one in one, it'll fit the graphics for it, right? It's kind of like a PS4 Pro, really. But then as they go on, they'll just be like, okay, your Xbox One is now out of date, and you're going to need to get it there. But I think that's smart. I'm seriously considering, I heard that they're thinking of doing a thing where you basically return your Xbox One to upgrade it to an X. Thinking of doing that. Might be a good idea.
Like the Xbox One X?
Series X.
Oh, Series X.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's going to get confusing.
Right,
but,
yeah.
I feel that Sony's kind of getting cocky.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with this next story.
Yeah.
But,
well, remember, because the thing is, Sony has a thing where people say, where it's like, the even-numbered PlayStation systems are the ones that do best. The odd ones are the ones that struggle. So, like, the 2... Huge, right? One of the best-selling of them all, right?
Yeah.
The 4, it's doing great. It's doing really good.
Has amazing exclusives.
Yep. So then now it's going back to the 3, that launch price. Oof. right? So it's you know, that one they got conky with. They got better, but they still didn't like Xbox won that gen for that fight between Xbox and
360.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
360 was huge. Everyone had one, right? So then now we're going on to the 5, and it's going to be like, will the pattern continue?
From my perspective, I definitely see Xbox scooping up like the beginning, because like with the game, like they're
Game Pass,
they're so in the consumer's good side.
Yeah.
That those consumers will be like, we want more of this.
Yeah. The only thing is, PlayStation, of course, does have that the Japanese games in general, right?
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
that's so.
And if they do like the backwards compatibility with like everything,
That'd be huge,
that's
right?
yeah.
But to the, I think to the average consumer, the average, let's call him a John Madden, right? To the guy who goes and buys his sports games, his Call of Duties, and his Battlefields every year, that person will probably get an Xbox, I feel, right?
Yeah,
but to the more gamer focused side, I think they might go more for PlayStation. But in general, that number is smaller than the John Maddens.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, well, let's go down to the east now. We had a Pokemon Direct.
Did you watch it live?
So I was stuck in traffic when this was happening. And I mean, literally parked in traffic. And I saw the time was the time for the Direct. Originally, I was going to say I'm not going to be able to watch it because I'm driving. So I literally just popped on Twitch and streamed it in the middle of traffic because I was parked on the highway. So I watched it.
Was there like an accident?
There was many accidents because...
And then there's you as a Twitch stream open?
Yeah, because what am I doing? I'm literally... I put it into park. There's like... We're not moving, right? So I was able to watch it. And for one, Mystery Dungeon DX. That's awesome. That Mystery Dungeon game is sick still.
Meh.
I love the Mystery Dungeon.
I don't...
And this one is...
But I'm willing to give this one a shot.
Yeah. Well...
And there's a demo out right now you can play.
There's a demo. I'm wondering about what additions there are to this one to separate it from... Because this was a Gen 3 game. There's only Pokemon from Gens 1, 2, and 3.
Well, there's... In the trailer, there were like Mega Evolutions and all that. So
there's Mega Evolutions, and they also showed Lucario. Now... Lucario does appear in the original Mystery Dungeon, despite being a Gen 3 game, because he's the legendary, like, the best, right? Because this came out when they were hinting at Gen 4, because it got delayed. But I'm going to have to see kind of what they do.
What do you think of the graphical style?
I love it.
Yeah?
Oh, it looks like the concept art for the game, which is dope, right? And that's cool. Yeah, so, like, that's a great one.
March. Another March game,
right?
of course.
I'm really looking forward to
Really
kids getting to the end of that game, because let's just say if you want a Pokemon game with an actual story, here you go. Enjoy, kiddos. It's real, bro.
All right, now the main chunk.
The big main one. The Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pass.
The Armor Isle and the Crown Tundra.
Yes. So
this looks really good.
This looks dope. They're wild areas, which are like cool. There are new Pokemon, which is cool. I got my my Galarian Slowpoke.
I still need to get back. I'm still at the Galar Mines.
Oh well, it's like you can get it right away. It's at Wedgehurst Station, so like right the second town, the train station there. You go in and you can get the event like from the start of the game. You can get it right away at the start of the game if you're starting it now.
So the Armor Isle, what's that all about?
So basically it is an area based on China-ish. You get a new Pokemon called Cub Fu. There's a little karate bear that can evolve into different styles depending on... I don't know if it's how you raise it or if it's going to be game exclusive.
No, it's not game exclusive, I think.
It's not?
They specified.
Okay.
I think it's what you do.
Good, because I want that water fighting one because that one looks dope.
There's like single strike.
Single strike is dark fighting and...
I thought it was water fighting.
No, water fighting is double strike.
Double strike.
Double strike is water fighting there. So yeah, he looks cool. He has a Gigantamax form. That one, I think it's Urshu or something, like Ursine Shu,
and then there's a Mustard and the whole like dojo where you actually become a gym leader.
Yeah. So there's a bit of a story there with some new characters, including one chick who's super thick. New Pokemon. There are they showed off some just new forms, new Pokemon from previous ones to catch. Then of course the new blah, 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 legendary, which is the one that you get, and some stuff like move tutors, which let you teach moves to your Pokemon. So like they're like TMs as a person.
Okay.
Apricorns, so those are berries that you can turn into special types of Pokeballs, because you can't buy some of those specialty balls in the base game. Like you are given one heavy ball.
Okay.
And it's like there is a way, but it's kind of random, so you can't really depend on it. So this will be a way to make those very special Pokeballs a lot easier. So yeah, that's about it for that one.
There's a few more details. Like we don't have all the info in front of us. We're just going
but
off
then the
of what we know.
Crown Tundra is about you exploring the north part.
Big brain.
The biggest brain Pokemon, Calipex there.
Well, it's like it can like look into the future, the past, and the present.
Yep. Yeah, it's cool. I like its design. I know some people don't like it, but I think it's eerie. Like it looks a bit
it looks like it knows everything,
right?
Which it does.
Yeah. Then I think that's cool.
Yeah.
But this one has for one brand new legendaries.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Armor Isle, June 2018.
Yep.
June or July.
Yeah.
Summer.
So there's new legendaries. So for the Crown Tundra, you got 2 new Reggies, which is cool. One looks like an electric type Reggie, and one looks like a dragon type, because he has like the half a dragon skull on one side and half on the other. That's rad. IGN reported that they think that is Galarian Cubone. IGN, you stupid. People were making jokes about that, and you thought it was real. And then it looks like Galarian forms of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, which look totally different. They look like evil versions, which makes me really, really hope we get a Galarian Lugia who is Shadow Lugia.
Well, that'd be cool.
Right? Because Shadow Lugia from Pokemon XD there was actually the first Pokemon designed by... it's the first Pokemon designed by the current... like
he's T-posing.
A little bit. But it was designed by the guy who is the current... like overall art director for Pokemon. He made that when he first got started.
That's cool.
I think bringing that back as like a dark flying or something would be super rad. It's a cool design.
And there's Gigantamax versions of
the starters.
Yeah, Venusaur and
Blastoise. No, actually the Gigantamax versions of your starters, the Gen 7.
Oh yeah,
those ones.
Gen
those
8.
are in Gen 8 are in the Armor Isle.
Yeah.
The Kanto starters are in the Crown Tundra there. So
I like
that's
how,
cool.
The water starter is just like a
a
sniper perch.
Inteleon doesn't change.
Yeah.
He just gets a gun and goes up a perch. That is rad. Then we have Rillaboom becomes like this giant drummer. His hair gets like dreads that have drumming things. That's rad.
Yeah.
And then my favorite is Cinderace.
Really?
Yes, and I'll
take a least favorite.
No, listen. Cinderace is on a sun, arms crossed, doing the Gurren Lagann
of
pose.
Course. Okay.
That is so rad. It's so good. And then there's the Gigantamax forms of Blastoise, which just looks like a
giant fortress on his back.
Blastoise in pain. And then we got Venusaur, which looks like a Venusaur in pain.
What?
It's because that's like the flower like overtaking its body now, right? But those are cool. And and there's going to be a new multiplayer type where you go and do group raids that are actually involving going into areas and doing stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be like a new type of multiplayer with friends, which is awesome because again, I'm enjoying the multiplayer. So the only thing is finding group stuff is a bit of a difficulty, and the last update did make it better, so that's good. So they're improving it. And then finally, Pokemon Home is launching February 2020, which is good because even if you don't buy the expansion passes, when the games update, you'll just be able to bring in those Pokemon from your previous games for free.
Yeah.
Well, for free minus the fee for Home, which is like it's going to be, again, probably same price as Pokemon Bank, which is $5 for a year.
So I'd like to address the controversy just a little bit.
Okay.
What do you think of the price? Do you think it's fair?
I think it's totally fair.
What? So, like, when you add it up, it's like
$15 for 100 new Pokemon, more story, and more clothing, and more features. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is the way to go.
I think absolutely this is the way. And what I'm going to say is, and I bet you this is what they're going to do. This is probably going to be season 1. And then
you think they're going to do more after this?
I think because looking at what they're adding to this,
I just see this as like the third game. And
so
then they'll
I
move on.
see this as half the third game.
Really?
I see this as this is the first half of it because there's about 500 Pokemon in Sword and Shield. This adds another 200 to get to 700. That means there's only about 200 who are missing. Season 2 would add another 200. And there you go.
Going back to the trailer, before they like went to those like specific, like showcasing those DLC packs, it like showed the map of Galar and then went right.
Yep.
And it's like, and then
because
it went
south. Right is the islands.
Yeah.
Well, the Armor Isle. North is the Crown Tundra because you can see the ice up there.
I thought it went south.
No, it went north.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it went north there. So then we still have
west and south.
West and south. So I think what it's going to be is we are going to get, because it was a big controversy.
People are going to hate that. Is it another $40?
It could be, but it's going to be like in a year or so. And
that doesn't matter. Time is relative.
Dude, just make one of them be like throw in Kanto or something. People will be happy with that.
I'm bringing this up because I'm just so sick and tired of the Pokemon community.
Oh, I've distanced myself from them. They're a bunch of whiny crybabies.
I'd rather pay for exclusively new content than buying this is the same game again with the new content.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. It's wild that people are like, well, now I can't start over again. What? Yeah, you can just start over again.
So you're saying I have to buy a half-finished game and then I have to buy more to make it finished?
Yeah, that's not how game works, guys. So yeah, no, it's just people.
Did you see that that tweet from I don't know who, one of the Pokemon guys? It was like their birthday.
Yeah, no, that's the creator of Pokemon.
Yeah, and then someone's like, revert the DLC. You're like, just being an
asshole.
And
he's like, not even on my birthday I get a break.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like, again, like, the game fans are babies. They're babies. They are functionally babies.
Yep.
I'm excited for all this Pokemon stuff. If you're not, hey.
That's fine.
Here's the thing. I've seen so many people who with Sword and Shield were like, that's it, I'm out, I'm not caring about Pokemon again. And then this got announced and they're like, well, I have some things to say about this. It's like, I thought you were out. I mean, if you're done, leave. If you're done, go away. We don't care about your opinion. If you were already complaining about that with Sword and Shield, said you're done.
But we're not saying like of course, like this could have been in the base game
it could have been if we wanted to delay it for a long time, which would not be allowed because Pokemon is a media empire that has to simultaneously release a game, a TV show, a card game, merchandise, cafe collaborations, all that stuff at the same time. They couldn't delay it. So this is the best way to go about it because, okay, we got the base game ready. And now it's like, okay, let's look at the criticisms we had. Let's address them with these updates.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like that's what's going on.
That's a smart way of doing it. But of course, gamers, babies.
Like a penny leaves their pocket, it's up in arms.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Unless they have to buy another $60 game, which they would.
They would, of course, right? Oh, this is Pokemon Gun, of course. Here's my money.
God, I can't believe we made jokes about Pokemon Gun and they just gave Inteleon a gun. Well, people are like, well, it's actually a harpoon, and it's like, do you see? That's a sniper.
Yeah,
he's using it like a sniper rifle. I don't care what you say. That's a gun.
All right, back to the West.
Okay, can I be real? This is the biggest non-news ever, but it is such non-news that people are making it news.
Well, I watched a podcast, and the reason why it's so big is because like the normie or the guy who just gets it for the sports games.
Yeah,
this is like the first. Like, if they're not involved in the space, this is the first time they're hearing that a PS5 exists.
I guess.
Because before, it's like, it was in those, like, tech, announcement stuff that they don't really tune into, right?
If you count CES 2020 as a normie thing, which it kind of isn't, but... Yeah, they revealed the PS5 logo.
Yeah.
It says P, it says S, and it says 5.
And it's the same font as PS4.
It's the same font as PS4.
Playing it safe.
Yeah.
It works.
Hey, because guess what? There is zero confusion, unlike Microsoft.
Yeah.
With Microsoft, confusion abounds. With and actually, when I talk to my, oh, I'm not gonna say, never mind. But with the PS5 logo there, it was yeah, like it's, you know what you're getting. You know, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
If we go all the way up to the PlayStation 13, hey, it's still easy to understand what it is, right?
You think they do a PlayStation 13?
What I'm talking about once we're gone. Nah, the world won't last that long.
No, it won't. All right.
Okay. So there was the new Persona 5 Scramble trailers.
Did you watch it?
I didn't.
Okay, all you need to know is that, like, when the logo was like piecing
I
itself
saw
together,
that. It shows a 2 and then it goes away.
It's basically Persona 5 too. That's awesome. But it looks amazing.
It looks so good.
Like,
I've seen some character stuff, just showing off some characters, some of the bad guys. One of them is, they're gonna do this, obviously. It's running tradition to do this in Persona spin-offs, which is, should I say? It's not really. I'm sure you've... Red hair, have you seen?
yeah. No.
No?
Wait, the character?
All I'm gonna say is, no. A certain character that is one of the main cast with red hair. Not the girl with the yo-yos.
Okay.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen, no.
Oh, wow, because all I see is thousands of pictures on my Twitter of it, so...
Oh.
Okay, I won't say that then.
Okay.
But they keep up a tradition of involving this sort of trend.
It is a bit weird that it's like Persona 5 2 and it's like it's not like in the conventions of it, you know?
A little bit, but you know what? Persona 4 Arena is literally Persona 4 2. And that's a fighting game.
Interesting.
So
I wonder if Beat will like this one. Because he has like a problem with like the...
No, I think he'll extra hate this one. Because he loves the gameplay of Persona 5, but he hates the story and characters.
Oh.
So by removing the gameplay, he has nothing.
All right. Anything else to say on that? Still no release date for the West.
No release date for the West.
But I feel like it's like it's an inevitability.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's no, nothing else to say other than it looks really good, and I'm actually avoiding footage from it now.
Okay. They did like a 2-hour live stream of it, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, that's I did see a few things, like there's a lot of menu, like they show off some of the menu stuff.
Yeah.
You can cook.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you can cook.
There you go. Game of the year.
Perfect.
All right, back to West.
Yes.
So I saw like the Alienware concept UFO thing.
Yep.
And I felt like, well, I wanted to just like see what else CES had in store and see what your reactions were.
Sure.
So
I've not seen any of them except the Alienware thing.
there's about like 4 here.
Okay.
There's the Impossible Pork.
Okay.
Which is basically just the Impossible Meat, but pork, and it's to.
Have you had a Beyond Meat?
I heard it's like really good.
Okay. So
I haven't went out of my way to try it yet.
Tim Hortons here
Yeah.
has a Beyond Meat burger. Now, would you say Tim Hortons is known for its burgers?
No.
No, they don't even have burgers. But their Beyond Meat burger is so good. If I want a burger, I'll just go get one of theirs.
Really?
It legitimately just tastes like meat. 150%.
I feel like that's going to become such a thing.
The only problem is, it is better for the environment. It has twice the fat, twice the sugar, twice the salt.
So we're just going to become Wally.
A little bit. Also estrogen, which is a big talking point. That's why if you've seen those pictures of like, here's Terry Bogard before going to Burger King, here's Terry Bogard after, and it's him as a girl, because they're joking that they're putting so there's estrogen in tons of stuff, but it's a bit higher in those, which is like that's the opposite of testosterone. Mm-hmm. So soy boys, ha ha ha, sort of stuff.
Okay.
But it's good. I just hope they make it a little healthier for us. It's healthy for the environment, but it'd be nice if it was healthier for us.
Mm-hmm. It's either us or Earth.
Yeah, right? Gotta pick.
All right. There's Toyota City of the Future.
Okay.
It's going to be built near Mount Fuji, 175 acres.
Okay.
Called Woven City. Will contain self-driving vehicles.
Yeah.
robots, smart homes.
Yep.
And the regular people will be able to chill over there.
Cool. Yep. I can see
Yep.
Japan doing this. I've been to Sunshine City, which is a vertical city in Japan. It was a imagine a 100-story mall with housing. I've been there.
Interesting.
It's really cool. Japan can do this.
Foldable computers, similar to foldable phones.
Yeah, those went so well.
So basically, it's like a tablet, and then
Okay.
it changes into a computer.
I'm sure it will.
It'll be like a touchpad for the computer, for the keyboard at the bottom. You
Uh-huh.
can plug in physical ones if you don't want to do that. And why are you smiling?
I think foldable technology is the stupidest thing ever.
You think it's like 3D TV of this age? Or of this
3D TV? Yeah, it's about there because it's just it's so stupid.
Or like, what was it? The curved TVs?
So, but curved TVs at least function. Like your TV doesn't
But
break.
it's overrated though.
But no. Your TV doesn't break because it's curved. There's been not a single one of these foldable products that hasn't been like, thousands of consumers are reporting their phones are snapping in half. It's like, yeah, because it folds in half and they just keep doing it. And they go up to people and go, look what my phone can do. And then they break it. So it's like, it's so stupid.
Well, they just got to refine the technology.
The only thing that's foldable that has ever worked is like the Nintendo DS. And even then, you go up to some spoiled kid and they're like, look at my DS, and the hinge is broken and it flops around because they, being disgusting little gremlins, shake it in anger and break the hinges. So even Nintendium cannot stand gremlins with foldable technology. So I say, let's go back to tablet. Just straight up tablets. Make everything look like an old Game Boy. Nothing will break that way. It'll be good.
Okay.
I mean, or if you're in a fold, just get like this. Right?
No, but that's not technology.
It's not technology, but it works. It's not gonna break. For the record, because I said this and didn't say, I just picked up my phone with like a little flappy case that you can flip it over. That's a fold that works.
Okay. And then blend-in tech.
Yes.
Which is basically, I wrote here, ultrasense and centons use sound waves to create touch interfaces out of plain surfaces such as plastic and wood.
Okay.
They don't wear out easily, and the interface is more integrated into the device's build. This tech is being worked on to be used on other surfaces, including steering wheels, window panes, appliances, and much more. So you know how like tech is kind of like being, it's like everywhere.
Yes.
It's kind of like in your face.
Yep.
So this is kind of like working to like integrate it into society, if you will. Like furthermore.
Okay.
So like on like a coat rack, there's like tech or whatever.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll need to wait till these come out to actually see how they go, but it's just like
The thing is like
they're ideas right now, yeah.
The thing is like I really like this stuff,
Sure.
and you would kind of like meh. So that's the
Like, okay, for me, it's just they always come out with stuff at CES and these shows where they're like with these ideas. And
of course, but like
I'd
it's
say,
cool.
like,
It's cool to think about.
yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. And then the concept UFO, which is basically just
It's
PC
a
switch.
It's a PC Switch, which is cool.
Yeah.
Because hey, if you want to play those PC games on the go, you can do that.
But it looks disgusting.
It looks bad, and I don't think it'll feel good.
No.
The Switch itself barely feels good sometimes.
Yeah.
Like portably.
I want to get one of those grips for the Switch.
Oh, I got that for Gremlin for her Switch Lite.
Oh, yeah?
And like that with it has like the like a bumped raised
Yeah,
grip
that's
at the
what I
back.
mean, yeah.
Oh, it feels good.
I want one of those.
It felt really good there.
Cool. And that's CES 2020.
Okay.
Or like the main stuff I wanted to talk about.
Okay. So there's a Joker costume in Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Is this, like, confirmed?
Sharp FE. Yeah. Well, it's on the box.
was it?
It's on the box.
Well, wasn't that a magazine scan or whatever?
Yeah. It was the back of the box from the magazine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but if okay, so I mean, I assumed it was true because they don't make them fake usually. But this now officially means there is more things with Joker on the Switch than on PlayStation.
That's wild.
Right?
This is only because of Sony, because they want to keep the main game theirs.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So when does this game come out?
Soon.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
And we still don't have anything about this Joker stuff. So, direct next week, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, I'm assuming we're getting one right away.
Oh yeah, like or do you think they're gonna like
What about
bring
on
us
January 16th, perhaps?
or 15th? I feel like they do. Oh right, yeah. Next replaces the word
I accidentally pressed Control V instead of Control B,
and it replaced.
and it replaced the date with Ishizoku reviewers. Whoops.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next story, but I feel like a direct is inevitable.
Oh yeah, it is, because I mean we need to know that last Smash character who before
And just like
before
what's
February.
coming out this year, because
Yeah.
what do we know this comes out this year?
Not much other than a couple remakes and stuff.
Yeah, and then the Bayonetta 3 stuff that's
Yep.
coming soon.
Yep,
and
yep. Okay.
Exciting times. So the new Batman WB game got teased yet again.
Okay.
There's like a new image with like a crest.
And a Smash logo.
Yeah, I just noticed that too. This is like part of a huge mural of crests that's like being built or whatever. So I feel like when it's all done, it's gonna be like, oh, this is finally. It's basically, I think, it's kind of like settled. It's gonna be a Court of Owls game.
Who? Oh my god, that's a joke and I didn't even realize. Holy crap. I legitimately meant who, but it's owls.
It's
They
like
say who.
It's like one of the most famous Batman stories that I don't know anything about.
Yeah, right? I was going to say. It's like I've literally never heard of it.
But it's exciting because like the Arkham games are so fun
Okay.
and exciting times.
They are some of the better
Superhero games.
for sure.
Cool.
Okay. So the reason that we highlighted January 16th is Devil May Cry 3 will have Switch exclusive features when it releases. Boy, it sure would be a shame if they just wrote on their website what that is, and they did.
Wait, really?
They did.
Oh, what
On the
are
Japanese
they?
website. It's called style switching.
Okay.
So style switching was something that is in 4 and 5. So basically Dante in Devil May Cry 3 has styles to pick from. At the beginning of a mission, you can be a swordmaster, a gunslinger, a trickster, and they basically put on your circle button the style button. So for example, if you're a swordmaster, you would have sword combos on your sword button, and then you could do with the style button other types of stuff, right? So the only way to do air combos was to use the style button in the air with swordmaster. With Gunslinger, you would be able to fire both guns separately. So you'd be able to fire at one enemy and another enemy. You basically had 2 gun buttons. Trickster would give you like the ability to dash and teleport. There was Royal Guard, which gave him a block and a parry, because you can guard with that style. But here's the thing, in the original version, you could only choose one of them per mission, and you were stuck with it. So you couldn't, if you started a mission and you're like, trying to level up your gunslinger, and then you finished and you're like, well, now I have the whole level and I don't want to waste the enemy experience on a maxed out gunslinger, you just had to finish the mission. Style switching was added in 4 and 5, where just with the D-pad you can switch at any time, which basically means Dante goes from having a good number of moves to every move, which is why DMC 4 and 5 people are like, Dante feels so fun, because you literally have 4 styles, like 4 stances with full move sets. So people have modded that into DMC 3 on PC, but now it's looking like they're doing it officially.
Okay.
Because on the Japanese DMC 3 website for the Switch, it says, experience the new style changing system. Style switching.
That's only 1 out of the 3.
So we were told dates to keep in mind from the DMC Twitter are January 16th, which was pretty close, January 30th, and February 13th. They were little like emojis for each of them. There was like a devil for one. There was different. They put little emojis beside each of the dates, but we don't know what they are, right? But yeah, so this is looking to be really good, and for all of them that's getting the love, like DMC 3 is the one that needs it, right? Not in a that's the one that's bad, they need to improve it. That's DMC 2, which was uploaded untouched because that game is it's done. But they're taking the best one and polishing it further, right?
Cool.
So that's cool. That's really cool.
I feel like you should do another story.
Sure. Speaking of Capcom, a fan went into the code of Street Fighter V's PC port, and they found that the online multiplayer was bugged. And they basically said, yo, I fixed the netcode. Put this into your like files, and it'll just fix the netcode. And Mike Z from Skullgirls went in to look at the code to see if it was legit. And he's like, you can tell this code is legit because some of the functions are called like all together as one word. Like, oh my God, Capcom, why would you do this? Dot. Now work, mother effer, right? And so he's like, yep, that this is real code because you can tell because he writes like this. Ono, the head guy for Street Fighter, went to Twitter and he's like, and he didn't say anything in specifically, but he basically said, the first thing he said is, we are looking into the situation. That's all he said. And then afterwards, someone like responded to him really in a kind of mean way, and he's like, "You don't respond to it fast enough. It's been how many years, and this hasn't been working. You don't deserve to be on the thing." And he basically responded with like, "I will do my best to make it up to you. I am so sorry." And I'm like, "No, I feel so bad." So this is a thing where it's like a fan made it better. Everyone's saying that Capcom, like should have had it better, which they should have. But again, don't go on Twitter and yell at devs. That doesn't do anything. But who knows? Maybe they'll hire this guy who fixed it and will be like, okay, look, you fixed it. You want to be our data guy or something, right? We'll see. But yeah, that's at least good because now apparently the online is way better with people who've installed it. It's just a simple couple things are changed around and the game runs better.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You should do that for Smash.
Well, right, but if it's affecting one, because here's the thing, Capcom and other Japanese companies do their online with Japan in mind. Japan has very different online structure to North America. You can connect with like 5 million people within like 100 kilometers in Japan. So,
all right.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go ahead and scroll up again here.
Do you need to?
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
you
see
don't
it.
have to.
So Doctor Strange 2 lost its director over creative differences.
It's gonna be a horror movie. It's not really gonna be a horror movie. Wait, it's not. Oh, okay, I'm out.
Yep,
that's basically it.
I think that's basically it. Yeah,
yep.
Which sucks because like the big mouse is twiddling his ears again.
A little bit, yeah. No, for sure. Well, mind you, like when Ant-Man lost Edgar Wright, I was a little sad, but you could still feel the Edgar Wright-ness in it.
Oh, so you think this would be the same thing?
I think it'll be the same, where you'll definitely still feel bits of the previous director because he started to work on it.
Oh, he's still a part of it. He's still like producer, I think.
Okay.
But
yeah, right.
Like, yeah.
So it's just the case of he won't be doing everything, and I'm sure it's still gonna be, but I'm sure, yeah, there's changes from pure horror to probably more kid friendly. Because at the end of the day, there are tons of kids who watch these movies.
Yeah.
And as someone who knows a lot of kids who all went to go see Deadpool, which made me go, I think not traumatizing the kids with full horror is probably a good idea. Keep it spooky, but I don't think it needs to be full horror. That's for me personally.
Okay. Back to you. Do another 2 stories.
Yeah. So Platinum Games partnered with Tencent for self-publishing and global expansion. Now,
is this good or bad?
So here's the thing. There's 2 sides to this. So one is Tencent is a bad, scary Chinese company. They own a lot. They will do a lot. However, Platinum Games and a lot of people have come out and said, like, look, Tencent is just literally giving us money, and then we make stuff and they get money back. They are overseeing 0 creative stuff.
Okay.
It is literally just a financial investment. So Platinum is like, we're going to be the same. The only difference is now we have enough money to keep self-publishing.
Okay.
Because even though Astral Chain was a hit, like some of their other stuff ain't hidden as much, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just a case of like they're going to keep releasing stuff and keep working on stuff. And the only thing is some of that money goes back to Tencent. So that's why people are like, okay, this might not be so bad. But at the end of the day, Tencent is still the Chinese gaming megacorp. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, it might end up being like we will not see a single skeleton in Bayonetta 3.
Oh, yeah.
do you know about
how
I
do.
They cannot let skeletons be in their games. That was the thing. Literally, when I worked on Dragon Age, we're given a list of like the localization stuff for what has to change. Mm-hmm. It's like in Japan, you cannot have dismembered body parts. You can have killed people. You can have skeletons, but you cannot have a dead person's body being cut up. No dildos too. It's not a problem with Dragon Age, but other stuff. China's list, really big letters at the top. No skeletons. You cannot have skeletons.
What's the big deal?
Because it's like skeletons for them, or it's like reverence of the dead. It's like a cultural thing. You do not want to see a skeleton. It is bodies and skeletons cannot be seen.
Okay.
So it's like that's why it just
Sounds like Saber's about to blow up.
Nope, that's literally, I don't know why my bathroom alarm goes off. It just does. I don't know why. I can't turn it off, and I use that for listening to the music in the shower. Okay. The Mother 4 fan game. That was, I've been watching development for a long time, and then they basically said, then there was like silence for like 2 years. And then there was like one thing where they're like, hi, we're rebranding. See you when we get there. And they finally came out, and now their Mother 4 fan game is just a total original, very Mother-inspired, but now original-looking game called Oddity. And holy crap, this looks polished to a T.
Wow.
It looks like the graphical style is better Mother 3, which looks really nice. The gameplay looks to be kind of a mix of classic Mother with some kind of new combat stuff. The characters and everything look really cool. And now that it's a separate entity, this could come out on Switch. Right? Now that it's now it's not a fan game. So that's good. I really like when a developer goes from making a really good fan game to going, wait, I'm putting all this work. Why don't I sell it? And then they make it their own thing. Freedom Planet did that. It was a Sonic fan game that they got rid of all the Sonic stuff and made it its own thing. It definitely still inspired by its inspirations, but now you can sell it, right? Yeah. So I think that's the best way to go about it.
Cool. Back to me?
Yep.
All right, so finally, last story. The Hawkeye Disney Plus series got delayed.
Yeah.
Not because of the way you think.
Not because Jeremy Renner killed his girlfriend?
No.
Okay.
I don't. Is that what happened?
There was something with his girlfriend and physical assault or something.
He's just being an asshole.
Oh, okay.
But they just want to like. I guess it is because of it. They just want to like let it settle and get the TMZers off of it.
Oh yeah, probably.
And then they'll like start working on it again. So, I mean, like it's not the thing I was most looking forward to.
No.
So.
I mean, I like Hawkeye, but I don't like him that much.
No. All right.
Okay.
Why is this in big bold letters?
Because holy dude, this is the final bit of news from Japan is what I have wanted ever since I have arrived on this earth. They are making a Cooking Mama like Fate game where you cook food
it's a game.
for Saber. Yes, it is a Switch game where you make food for Saber. And it looks adorable.
That's perfect for you.
It is such my thing. Now, it is digital only. So that is, in my eyes, a good thing. Because that means it's a smallish game, meaning I'm sure it's going to be localized, which is going to make me happy. That said, I'm buying this game as many times as it comes out. I will buy it in Japanese. I will buy it in English. It looks adorable. It looks nice. There is official art of Saber with Joy-Cons. It is so cute. Let me show you. Okay, it actually, like, it looks really good. Like, it looks more than just the regular sort of Cooking Mama type game.
This game, like, was made for you.
Yeah, like, look. She loves it. Actually, it's, like, a really good, like, 2D art style. Well, 2D, 3D art style. I need to find the art of her with Joy. There it is. Look at her. She's using the Joy-Cons. I'm so excited. So this is based on the slice of life cooking spin-off for Fate. Did you know Fate got its own entire slice of life? It is literally a whole TV show about, hey, let's go to the market and make some food. And there are real recipes that you can literally, I have all the volumes of the manga. Half the pages are recipe book pages that you can cook along with them. It is so my shtick.
When are they going to make a Switch JoJo game?
I don't know, man. Like, look, it looks so cute, and you feed her, and then she tells you if it's good, and if I make food and it's not good, I will actually kill myself. So I'm excited for
Don't.
this. But it is the best thing ever, and I cannot believe it is so made for me.
With that,
With that,
we're going to go on a break.
gonna take a quick break. Reno.
When we come back,
Yes.
we will do games of the decade. It's not going to be like a list. We're just going to be like,
Talking about
I like this game
Yeah.
from this year, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Then we'll do the foreign exchange
Yeah.
with Fate, Extella, Link.
yes and
and
pain.
And then we'll do next foreign exchange, and then we'll determine if we have time for border battle.
We do have a special sort of limit for our time because of
Yeah.
life shenanigans.
And because we want to get that Death Stranding stuff
Death Stranding and our questions there. So
Yeah.
I think for safety, let's cut border battle this week.
Yeah, we will. Let's do the like who won, and then
Yeah, we'll do the who won and then move on just because, we're not having too much time there. But yes, okay. Let's go.
like,
Look at that
maxed out
that
that
perfect line. Let's go on a break. And when we come back, we will be doing all that.
yes,
Ciao.
bye for a bit.
Just a couple seconds.
Not seconds, a few minutes,
I mean-
because of the song.
Like 250 seconds is still seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
Door.
Dorime. I'm so
We
happy.
had the same idea.
I'm so happy. the first meme of 2020 that really hit, that really got going, is the dog going Dorime, and it's just because it sounds like woof in like Swedish or something. That is a good meme. That's a happy meme. You need those happy memes. Better than those stupid new rage faces. They're not as good. The Wojaks are not as good as the rage
I haven't
faces.
seen them at all.
You have absolutely posted Wojaks in our chat.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. You do all the time.
No, I don't.
You post these dudes. Wojaks. These guys.
Why did you go to maps?
I didn't mean to. No, that's not them at all. What? No, not Wozniak. Is it
You okay there?
These
Oh,
suck. I hate Wojaks.
some of them are so funny
They're
though.
stupid. They're not
The
good.
one with like, it's like the water system.
It's so stupid. Those are not as good. Give us more doggy memes. Anyways, speaking of memes, because
Really? That's a bad segue.
games are memes. They're non-biological.
In the Metal Gear.
They're not Metal Gear, but in the real use of the word meme,
Yeah,
it is a
but
non-biological idea transmitted from one generation to the other. So we're going to be talking about what are some of those good games of the decade, the stuff that really stuck with us, the ones that
This
made
is like
us
personal
go
picks.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because let me tell you, for this, I went through Wikipedia every single year looking at all the game releases, and they have a section called critical releases, so like critically acclaimed, so like the ones that got the high marks, right? Almost none of mine were on there, because the ones that hit me were like the personal ones, right? The ones that just got me right there in the gullet, which are not necessarily the ones that hit the mainstream. So I have my list, he has his list. Are we going year by year?
I don't have mine year by year.
I have mine year by year.
But we can. I know when the games came out, so I can just.
Righto. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll start then with 2010 for me. Two big games kind of came out this era. One of them is definitely one of my favorite games. Well, year. One of them is definitely one of my favorite games of all time, being Endless Ocean 2.
Oh.
I love Endless Ocean 2. It is a chill diving simulator, except when there's sharks, when you have to shoot them light gun style. And it's one of those things, and it made me really introduce me to my favorite thing a game can do, which is, hey, you thought you beat the game? Guess what? There's so much more. Where it's like packed with content, right? Side quests, unlockables, oh my god. And it's just in the form of a chill diving sim. I love it. My favorite game on the Wii, bar none.
Okay, cool.
And then the other game was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That it's just a super sick beat 'em up, retro inspired, great gameplay. Probably the most accurate representation of Canada in any single video game. You start the first level, snow.
Yep.
You go inside, you get a good thing to drink, you level up, you beat people up outside for change. It's like Canada.
Not that last part, I don't think. I don't think you beat people up.
You haven't been to Toronto.
Yes, I have.
You haven't been to those parts of Toronto.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's my 2010.
I don't have anything for 2010.
Okay.
Really?
2011. Now I know one of mine is going to be one of yours. Little Big Planet 2. Oh man. Taking the greatness of Little Big Planet 1 and just cranking it up.
To max, arguably.
Oh yeah, it's the best in the series.
Oh yeah,
like
bar none.
I like, even though the levels and stuff are compatible with in 3 with the 1s and 2, it's like it's not the same anymore. It doesn't feel like. No, that game is super sick. The story has really good levels going through it.
Oh yeah.
What's
the one that sticks out in my head the most for some reason is the cake one.
Yeah, the cake one for
the laboratory, I think.
Yep.
And then there's the the factory of a new tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Just like all these like incredibly imaginative.
Oh yeah,
worlds.
and like just really cool things for gameplay that you can then remake yourself, right?
Yeah.
The inclusion of being able to make mini games. top-down shooters or all sorts of stuff. Like, it's really cool. There's so much that's super awesome.
And then like the amount of hours I spent making levels.
Stuff. Oh yeah, because you could program straight up full games.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't get that far.
And,
but
I started to do programming.
Oh yeah.
And that was really fun.
See, the stuff I did was I either did story stuff, which was like you could even string levels together.
Yeah.
And then like one level called Beach Adventure where it's just like it was kind of like you come back to it and there's like a new area I added or like a new thing you could do in the world, which I really like doing. But then there's like past that there's like the DLC stuff.
Tons of it, yeah.
I got like everything. I was on a roll.
I only got the stuff that really mattered to me, but I probably put in about hundreds of dollars into that.
Last time when I was like trying to see what to give you, which ended up with pain. I had to go through all the download
go through all the downloads, and there's all the Little Big Planet stuff.
Like, oh my god. But like there's like almost like everything Sony, like costumes. Like the costumes in the game were awesome.
Yeah.
Like
no, they
it's
were
just
great.
like an amazing game that like I remember the night before I couldn't sleep.
Oh man. So my parents pre-ordered it for me at the Christmas before, and so I just got the receipt and I got it, and it was the special edition I got.
So did you get it with the book?
Yep.
Ends?
Yep. And then when it came out, we picked it up and I brought over 3 friends and we played through the story together.
Oh, yeah.
I did get into the beta though of the game too, so I got to play Little Big Planet 2 early, a couple levels there. That was so hype because I played enough Little Big Planet 1 that I was deemed as a Little Big Planet influencer.
And music's gonna be a big part of like a lot.
Yo, they got Nightwish in there.
Yeah, that soundtrack's incredible.
Sleepyhead.
That's like the main theme. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah,
like,
outstanding.
Like, oh man.
And this one did not have religious controversy.
No.
That was in the first one.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, just like, especially like in Little Big Planet 2, like going back to those tracks, like
nostalgia,
like tear-inducing nostalgia.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Like I just like, there's one where it's like, it's like.
Oh, I know the exact one you're talking about. Yeah,
that one. But yeah, that's definitely a standout of the decade for me.
All right. 2011, the first video game to get me into fighting games. Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Wow.
This was the one that made me try fighting games for real. I remember like playing Marvel vs. Capcom in arcades, but this was the first one I'm like, okay, I'm going to get in. And I literally, as a kid, recorded day 1 matches of me playing online, which should get me destroyed. I won them somehow.
Wow.
And I have no idea how. But in general, like, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is still just like, it's peak fighting games. Crazy character choices. Just the gameplay is fast. There's so much. There's little, hints and stuff at other characters. There's fun costumes. And then later we got the Ultimate version. I have them both on here because they both came out in 2011, which is like, But at the same time, it's like the other one was like, had more characters. But the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I was like, that was what got me excited for fighting games. And from there, it just spread off into playing them all. And I loved it. It's so fun. The music is still really good. I'll go back to it every now and then and just like do combos because it's like once you know how to do the combos, it's like you feel so powerful, right? Learning my first Magic series of like light, medium, heavy launcher with specials in there, I was like, oh my god, I get fighting games. So it's
pretty cool. That's like the first game that got you into that.
Yeah, and I remember I literally had to, for this game, find enough money through like my grandma being like, you could take a little bit of money, like that mixed with like finding it in the laundry. And like I gave it to my friend whose brother worked at GameStop, and like I handed it to him and I gave it to my friend took it to his brother bought it and then brought it back to school to me, and like that's how I got it. Okay. Right, that was the journey for it. So definitely that was one of my really good ones. You got another one for this year?
For 2011?
Yeah.
I think Little Big Planet 2 was just the one.
Okay, my last one then for 2011 is Sonic Generations.
Okay.
Holy crap, this is the best Sonic game. It is.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sonic Mania?
Okay, the best 3D Sonic game, let's say. It is just even looking like thinking about it because it's a game where every single second of it is iconic. It is a short game. It is a game you can blitz through in 3 hours, but it is a game that like because it's just the best levels, right, of the franchise. You run through the best levels, the best bosses. You can unlock the soundtracks to almost every Sonic game and play them on the levels, which is super cool. There's all this like I basically 100%ed it because it's just like it's awesome. It is, and it really helped that at that time I was really starting to get into kind of the community, and I met like the community manager who worked on the game, and it's like so it also means a lot to me personally because I mean that's what let me go to London and stuff. But even the game itself is just like like it is one of the best games that Sonic has done, and it's a celebration of the series. It's like it's one of those ones that if I were to boot up and play through Sonic Generations, it would make me happy to be a Sonic fan, which is not what I would say nowadays because I honestly don't care too much about the stuff that's coming out right now. Forces really burned me because Forces was looking to be Sonic Generations with original levels, like not just the kind of remade levels. It's like looking to be it's like the same thing, but it's like they messed it all up. Like the levels suck. So it's like I'd rather play a ROM hack of Sonic Generations, of which it has a really good online modding community, meaning that even if it's short, there's hundreds of levels people have made. So like that's awesome, right? I could play forever with all these different ones, but it's a case of like, well, just they messed up their official attempt at that. So well. But that game,
you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, definitely. But that game, like the game itself, I love it so much.
Cool. I played it a bit. I remember having it, but it didn't. Again, it was like Sonic Wii, and then it didn't really have nearly as impactful.
Yeah, for sure.
As he did.
2012.
There's nothing in 2012, but I know people hate this game.
Go ahead.
But PlayStation All Stars.
Okay.
Like,
no, I get it. I get it.
I just love that game. I don't know what it is about it.
No, dude.
It's such a cult classic for me.
There's a word you need to learn, and that word is kusoge. Kusoge is the Japanese word for shitty game. But what it is though is have kusoge pride.
Yeah, like
you can enjoy games that are like super flawed.
Mm-hmm. Like it's like
remember when we played it and we're like, oh man, oh jeez, you know? But you can still have fun with it.
But I remember like playing it like I remember the day I got it. I remember like just like playing it with my friends.
I remember the lead up to it with like all the leaks that were happening and
I remember like the places I was when those were announced.
And I remember there's like big things about like when's this character's trailer coming out? Mm-hmm. What are they gonna be like? Yeah. But the good thing with everything leaking was that made me go, okay, now I know who's all in it. I'm going to attempt to at least play one game for each of these characters to see what they're like, and I got through most of them, and I remember just being like, yeah, like this is cool. I'm getting that Smash Bros hype kind of, but for a whole new company, right? So
yeah, it came at the perfect time for at least like my friend group that we were like, okay, Brawl is kind of phasing out.
It's we were done with Brawl.
We need like a new thing, and then we just like got hooked on it. We had like bans on grappling. Because you just take AP.
Oh, yeah, they're so broken, the grabs.
And like I remember one time, like my roommates right now, they got in an argument because of the grappling, and it's like, okay, we're gonna have to ban grappling because like just like the amount of AP that gets stolen out of you, it's like half a bar.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But like I think my favorite part about that game is the stages. And how they like combine the two franchises. So
really creative stages. Yeah. Even if the layouts aren't the best, I'd say. Mm-hmm. I'd say a lot of them are a little uninspired. They feel a bit too open.
Yeah, especially Stowaways there.
Yeah.
When it opens up.
But that's
like,
a good one.
The Little Big Planet stage is a standout. What was the other one? I want to say Paris, but
I like the Loco Roco one.
Oh yeah,
just because that one's wild. Having Metal Gear Ray cut through, it's like, what the heck?
Completely opposite games.
Yeah, the most opposite you can do. I mean, aside from God of War and Patapon.
Mm. The roster was kind of...
I actually didn't mind the roster, but I did wish they continued with a bit more DLC, which would have been, like we know now, would have been Dart from
Abe's Odyssey.
Legacy of
Oh,
Dragoon.
yeah.
Abe from Abe's Odyssey. There was going to be a
Journey and Gravity Rush stage.
Journey and Gravity Rush stage.
That looked amazing.
There was that DMC stage that was going to
Really?
be... Yeah, they showed off a DMC stage too.
Oh, dang.
Right? So it's a bit of a shame, but at the same time,
I'm glad it exists.
Yes.
And every PlayStation event, I'm like, give it another shot.
I'm going to think we'll get another one in the future sometime, but it will be a case of we need to...
You could see like Joel and Ellie fight.
They will definitely
Kratos
be
and
the ones that
Atreus.
get there first.
Just like, like it would completely throw like the seriousness of that game out the window.
Just imagine like the ride to not ride to hell. What's the game called? What's the game called?
What?
The biker game that was shown off.
Oh, Days Gone.
Days Gone. I called it Ride to Hell. Imagine that guy playing like Wario with the bike.
Oh my god!
Like come on, like that. Come on.
I feel like if they were to refine the worst part of the game is like the mechanics and like the super system.
Also,
and all that.
Get it made by a Japanese company.
Yeah,
definitely do that. Don't get it made by a Western company that literally made nothing beforehand.
But like whenever I think of like games in 2012,
that's a
like
good
that
one.
game is just on the top of my mind.
Yeah,
and it's like it's weird because this game isn't that good, but I just have so many good memories of it and like having actually just genuine fun with it.
No, for sure.
Yeah. What about you?
Okay, so I have 2 for 2012.
All right.
Both of them are indie games. The first one being Skullgirls. So after kind of Marvel vs. Capcom grabbed me, Skullgirls was what helped me get into the fighting game community. So I went on the forums. 2012 was when I met Beaten Tech.
Wow.
Right?
That's a monumental year.
Right? It's like, it's really weird that... I mean, well, at least I went to the forum where I would have met them, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I met them at that time, but like I was on that forum and that's where I met a lot of those people that I still talk to nowadays, right? And some that I still hate nowadays. But regardless, it really helped me to get into learning about what the fighting game community is about, what are tournaments like, what are the patch culture of like, oh man, there's a new update coming. Like, what's that going to be like, you know? It made me sort of realize that video games are made by people and that I can follow individual people who work on a game and see what they're doing, right? I would watch streams and talk to the developers, and it was really cool to get a behind the scenes look even before I got my job working on a game, right? So it was not only was the game like an awesome fighting game, but the community aspect and the what I gained from it was invaluable, right? Like I loved it so much. The other game was one you probably never heard of. I'm gonna say, I think I've talked about it on here maybe once. Katawa Shoujo.
Never heard of it.
So Katawa Shoujo is it's a visual novel made by 4chan about dating girls with disabilities.
Okay.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster, right?
Yeah.
It is truly one of the most heartwarming, well-written, wonderful experiences that I've played through. It was actually kind of crazy because I was the guy at my high school, the fun high school, not your high school, where I had it on a USB stick, and my friends or people that I didn't even super know well, but like I went to class with them, like, yo, what's that game you've been talking about? And I would just give them the USB stick and they'd install it. So I was distributing this game because it was that good of a story, where it's literally your main character discovers he has a heart condition. He moves to a school for people with disabilities, and it's dating girls that all have their own unique problems and how they get past it.
That's
It
cool.
is a really, really heartwarming game. It's also porn. You can turn that off. We all turned that off. Does that mean I distributed porn in my high school? Potentially. Don't worry about it.
Overlook that.
Overlook that, because the actual, and you can actually you can turn it off, which is a nice option. However, thematically, it's really interesting when you read that, because it goes into what about people with disabilities for that, and it's like, oh man, like what if you didn't have legs? You know, and like the difficulties that come with that. So really, really good. Very sweet game. One that definitely made me go, visual novels are a great, I wouldn't say they're good games, but they're a great medium. They're one that I can appreciate.
So this could even be like your gateway into Fate. Because if you didn't,
yeah,
if you didn't
absolutely.
get exposed to like this kind of stuff,
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it's I wouldn't have known about it regardless. That you remember? Okay, actually, do you remember when you saw that picture of the chick with the pink hair with the shirt that said Bush Cheney? She's from it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she has autism. Yeah. So it's really good, and that was one that then I had the community thing. I will say it also gave me potentially one of the worst moments of my life thinking back, which was oh god, even just thinking about it makes me want to die. I'm gonna say it out loud and you're gonna die. It was the wrap-up party for our school play, and you know, I've never been to parties really. I'm not a party guy other than like birthday parties. So while all my friends were drinking, which I refused to do, I was in the corner playing my visual novel on my laptop. And I beat the game there and cried in the corner.
All right.
One of, thinking back, the most embarrassing moments of my life.
Oh yeah, those stick with me too.
But it did make me really appreciate that ending because I was able to show it to my one friend who cared and we cried together. But it was, you know, might have been because he was drunk. But
all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so that was 2012 for me.
Cool.
So I have nothing for 2013.
Really?
Yeah, I have nothing for
because 2013 is like, there's 2 years in the 2010s that like are like monumental years for me personally. 2013 is one of them.
Okay.
So many games came out that I absolutely like loved.
All right. Hit me up, Chief.
So let's start off the top with Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, I saw that one was on there, and I'm like, yeah, that's a big one.
That's like probably number one, or probably number two, and like if I had to list it,
yeah,
because it's like it was just such a monumental like change in like open worlds and like how detailed games can get in general, like how these like small like changes you do to the world changes it, like reacts to you, like it's a game you can like go into. You can go in every building, like some games today, but like just like the story was awesome, like the way you could like change between Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. Yep. And it was like in real time because they're like somewhere in the world, but like you can just switch to them and they're like doing something crazy or whatever. Again, the music, like just like you listen to it all the time, like GTA Online was like a huge thing for me and my friends.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's like just the way like the games in the decade. I'm trying to like word it together here, but like just how much it changed gaming, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like the open worldness and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'd say it's definitely like the open world game of the decade.
Yeah.
Because it really made a shift in what open world games are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, without it, we wouldn't have, like, what Watch Dogs then did. Or, you know, then, like, they wouldn't be the same.
Mm-hmm. It definitely had, like, huge imprint.
Oh, yeah.
And then they, like, ruined it with GTA Online.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Greed.
Yep. Second one, Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Yeah.
Like, that was my game. That was my game of the year of the 2013 there. Because, like...
Bit of a different one from GTA, but yes.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's a game I'd put probably like, close to 1,000 hours in. Mm-hmm. If I were, like... piece everything together. It's just like a game I woke up, played for like an hour, then went on my day. Yep. Just like
terrified of New Horizons doing that to me.
I'm planning that. I'm like this is like
it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to
That's why I want to get the Switch script so I can just like play it in bed. I'm gonna
have to do it after work. There's that, or I wake up at 5 o'clock and do it for an hour. But none of the stores will be open.
Well, if they have it. Going on a tangent here, it's crazy how little we know of New Horizons, and it's still, again, a direct.
Yeah.
We'll probably see
Probably.
a bunch of stuff. But back to New Leaf, it's just like, I can't, like, these games are like so meaningful to me. I can't like put it into words sometimes because like I'm not as I don't do let's plays and talk all the time. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, but yeah,
I'm just putting for Nintendo for me to get alerts whenever Nintendo tweets, because you're right. We're going to be at a direct sometime soon, so I want to be alerted to it.
but yeah, then they released that like the amiibo thing.
Yeah, I didn't play too much with that. The
I got
Amiibo update.
back into it a bit, but like definitely not nearly as much as when it first came out.
Yeah, for sure.
But then was there another game that year? 2013. The other one, like, that's a big standout for me is BioShock Infinite. Mm-hmm. And like, there's a lot of people who don't like it, but like, story wise, it like blew my mind. Mm-hmm. Like, especially that ending and just like the world it built and all that. I think I played BioShock 1 that year. And then like, I was, of course.
Didn't it come with it if you bought it?
Maybe.
I think if you bought it, you got a free copy of BioShock 1.
Maybe.
I remember hearing about that and thinking about it because I was kind of interested in it, and I'm like, well, then I get 2 games for the price of 1. I think they had a system like that.
I think that's
I think it was if you pre-order it.
Probably.
You got it
for like EB games or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game is just like, story wise, like one of the best. It got wacky at the end, but I definitely loved it. Yeah, that's 2013 for me.
Okay. 2014. So I played this game not in 2014, but it's a game that I played later in the same decade. But Danganronpa. Oh my god. So for one, this is kind of like the first of any sort of game series that I went into blind for the sake of Let's Plays and kind of did everything for the sake of a Let's Play, and having that community behind me kind of pushing me along and, contributing was crazy. But even just the games themselves are just, again, another representation of why I love like visual novels and like the storytelling you get when it's a very descriptive story that you have control over, right? I would put all 3 on this list, honestly, because they form what can only be described as the most perfect trilogy ever.
Wow.
It is a volleyball thing where the first one hits it up, the second one hits it up again, and the third one smashes it down perfectly. It is a perfect... I don't want any more. I didn't put it in the news, but there's talks for the 10th anniversary or whatever of sequel stuff, and I'm like, don't. There's no need. It's perfect.
Okay. Don't
do it. So, definitely, like, that was one that I did hours and hours of me talking over it, and like I would erase my memory and do it again if I could, because the mystery and the working together with the community was so cool. That's it for 2014 for me.
Just a sec here.
Just checking dates because I labeled mine by year.
I didn't.
Oh.
Oh God. Load. Well, 2014 didn't have any really like standout ones, but like the one I think about when I think about 2014 is Hyrule Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember you like when it was coming out, I was like, oh, of course, like Zelda something. But then you got me to play One Piece Pirate Warriors, and then that's when I realized,
whoa, Warriors! Holy crap! What a genre!
I love this genre.
Yep.
Like, it's not for everyone, but like just the fan service in that game is like incredible, and like just how much time you can put into it, and,
right?
Like
so much
stuff.
So much.
I still plan to go back to it one day and just.
Well, it's like I have it on my Switch, and I'm like, I haven't even unlocked freaking half the characters because it's just like there's so much.
Yeah, that's definitely a game that, like, at least 500.
Like, I'm sure once they announce Hyrule Warriors 2, I'm going to go back to play the original and just be like, well, time to buckle in.
2 is going to be so good. Like, with how Koei Tecmo is, like, just evolved over the years.
They're always evolving the series because they make weird experiments in their side games, and then they go, yeah, this is good, put it in for everything else now.
Yeah.
It's like, just keep going.
Cool. And that's it for that's 2014.
Okay, 2015. Speaking of Pirate Warriors 3.
Oh, there you go.
So it is again just like it is the fastest, most fun Muso. I'm still trying to platinum it because getting that platinum is ridiculous. There's grinding involved, but at the same time, it's still fun to just play. Just go and do stuff. Press those buttons. Make those enemies fly. The music, oh my god. It is probably the best licensed game soundtrack ever because, what?
Okay,
Thought of something?
we're going back a little bit, but
Okay.
this is still in the Warriors genre.
Okay.
The Scramble trailer had a remix of Rivers in the Desert.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my god.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. I didn't watch it. Okay.
Yeah.
But, like, the soundtrack is, like, unlike anything I've ever heard where the best way to describe it is, like, it is acid jazz where it's just, like, it's, like, big band jazz, but, like, kind of frantic and, like, it's Warriors guitars, but with saxophones instead of guitars. It's so good. And they take the themes and remix them every game, and they only just make them more and more epic. Where they made like the beats were good in the first two games, but now they have one that's like, it starts with these sad sort of violins, and then it goes into the guitars, and then it goes into the saxophones, and you're like, ah! It's so good. I get emotional even thinking about it now, right?
It's like that Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Going through space.
When them saxes hit, and it's just like tons of characters, tons of stuff to do. It is.
Would you say it's as content heavy as Hyrule Warriors?
No.
No.
Because it definitely doesn't have as much, like there's no alternate weapons or anything. You just straight level up your characters and they get more moves, right?
Okay.
So it's a lot less for that, but the character variety is really cool. You do have the fact that some of their costumes actually change their move sets, which is cool. Before you'd have separated, like, old Luffy, new Luffy would be separate characters. You have to level them up separately. Now it's just like, pick an old costume, get his old move set. Pick the new costume, get the new moveset, right? So it's like really just bundling it all together. In fact, I might even be going back to Pirate Warriors 3 even when 4 comes out, because they basically said, look, there's some characters because they're changing the system for 4, they said, like, some characters are not coming back. Some of the bigger, slower ones, because we want it to be more of an aerial-focused battle system for 4. So, like, even with 4 coming out, I'm going to go back to 3 to play as some of those characters that aren't going to be going forward because they're changing the system up to be kind of an aerial combat system. So it's like, even once the series moves on, I will come back to 3. So that's awesome.
Cool.
I love that game. And again, it was another one I Let's Played, and that one got big. People were like, you're the only person playing this game on YouTube that knows about One Piece and Warriors games. Because the One Piece fans complained about it being a Warriors game, and the Warriors fans complained about not knowing about One Piece. I'm like, that's me. I know them both.
Cool. Is that it for 2015 for you?
Is it for 2015? And I don't have 2016.
No. So 2015, this was the year that you started getting me into, like, the more of the stuff you were interested in, and, like, the first big one was the Metal Gear series.
Yes.
Played through all those games that year, including 5. So, like, 2015 was, like, the year of Metal Gear for me. So, like, what's to say about those games that haven't been already said? Like, It's like incredible story, like
great gameplay,
great gameplay,
music, voice acting, it's all there.
It's just like
secrets,
just like those, like, at the end of the post credits with the calls.
Yep.
Teasing the next game. It's like, what's going to happen? I remember on the eve of 5, it was like, I played through Ground Zeroes, like the entire thing, and it was like this final trailer. It's like this story that I've been like going through, like, for the past year. It's like, going to come to a grand conclusion, kind of.
Kind of.
But, like, I was like, there was like Little Big Planet 2, like, can't sleep levels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But, like, just an incredible series. I hope Konami gets their head out of the asses and puts them on current gen, or some way to play them all in, like, it doesn't even need to be, like, remastered.
No, just
make them playable on like current gen, you know?
Yeah.
Then there was Mario Maker,
Yeah, that was
which
another
was
good
like
one.
kind of Splatoon.
Yep.
That was that year too.
Yep.
Remember, I have very fond memories of Splatoon. Like, I remember waking up at like 6 a.m. to play like the beta.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was like that game. Like lots of memories there. Then 2016, 2 games. You really don't have anything from 2016.
Nope.
Okay, well, first game Overwatch came out. The year that came out, it was like the next giant like friend game that like everyone played.
Yep.
Like still playing it again, still playing it today for better or for worse. But like, I don't know the characters, the world. The only thing, like, everything's great except like the core gameplay nowadays.
Yeah.
But back in 2016, like it was
fun. It was arcadey and fun.
yeah. And I'm like, I got you to try it.
Yeah,
and
and I enjoyed it.
yeah, I remember.
I just didn't keep up, and then I'm just like, okay, bye.
I just like my favorite part of the game. I realize is like the collecting of like the skins and all that, and like building a collection and all that, and like just using the gameplay to get to that. You know, that's what I like mainly play it for, and I'm excited for 2 whenever that comes out.
God, that was announced, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not coming for a long time.
I thought that was a joke.
No, that was real.
But when you said Overwatch 2, like my brain went, ha ha, joke. And then I'm like, wait,
That's
it's
real.
not. Oh boy, okay, right.
The other game is Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
that was the game you got me for my birthday or Christmas.
One of them.
That was like the first game that got me into JRPGs and influenced pretty much the rest of the decade. For
Right?
me.
Yeah.
Just like Nino's playing through it for the first time now, and he's like talking about stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't even remember that. It's been so long.
Well, also the game's been updated over time, so it's
Yeah.
like it's probably there's differences there.
Probably, but like, just the story. Like, there's so many games this year that have been like incredible stories.
It's definitely for me. I think when Final Fantasy 16 is gonna get started to work on, which will be after the 7 remake and stuff. I'm definitely gonna look at it and go, I'm gonna replay 15 now with everything that's been added, right? Because we played it right when it came out, and the games kept changing over time, right?
And the DLC came out. And all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I forgot back in 2013, Last of Us came out.
Yeah.
Like, again, like people can consider this the game of the decade. I don't quite agree, but like again, amazing story, amazing gameplay, like definitely like really up there, but like not really up there for me. But I still really enjoyed it. Back to 2016, Final Fantasy, like I remember the Leviathan fight. Still one of the greatest gaming moments.
So cool.
Like of the decade for me. Arden's an amazing villain. Not the greatest final boss, but like just his character and like the way he acted.
Still
like,
wish he got one big giant stupid
Yeah.
JRPG monster form. You could argue that the pre-final boss is that Ifrit there, right?
Yeah, but that's not Arden.
It's not Arden, right?
But like, yeah, like at the end of the game, like the feels hit.
Oh, I cried. I cried. When the Final Fantasy theme started there,
Oh, dude.
that got me, because I love that theme. And so when that hit, and that's the first time you hear it in the game, really, other than the well, there's the prelude, but the first time you hear that is the very end, and I'm like, oh my god!
I feel like the
That's where the picture of me crying on our Discord gets posted all the time.
conclusion to that game is so perfect, except like the final boss, but that's like kind of gameplay more oriented. But
Yeah.
like the lead up and like you're going through the city and like there's the main theme that's playing really
Yeah.
solemnly and like
Yeah.
you know the stakes of everything and like it's just like an incredible game. But that's it for 2016. I think for me.
Okay.
2017.
Hat in
This
Time.
This is the second big year.
Okay.
Like
I'm gonna start with Hat in Time for me, because that game is just it's another one of those things where it's an indie game that brings you back to that era of your childhood, which for me is like GameCube era stuff, and that really made me go, yo, the GameCube era was tight. And the modding community and meeting some people who worked on the game, meeting people who, speedrunners, and talking with them and being in part of that community, and it's one of those heartfelt, another feel good game, feel good that it exists, and I don't have too much to say about it other than I'm just happy that it came out. It was awesome. There's still not anymore. I think they're done with the content for it with the latest update, but like, look, it's on Nintendo now. after being blocked from being on Nintendo for a long time, they got it set up, and there you go. So
Awesome.
I'm happy with it.
Cool.
Okay.
I mean, Breath of the Wild.
That was on my list before I started to call it, and I'm like, there's no way it won't be on his.
Like, it's like, I think this is the game of the decade for me.
I could see that. Yeah.
Because, like, it's just, like, what it did for the industry, what it's still doing for the industry. Like,
you see that combo video?
I did.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing how people are still discovering things that you can do in this game.
Just stuff like, just throw like 20 boomerangs. They'll keep hitting it to stun lock the dude, and then throw some electric things, and then they'll magnetically... It's like, oh my god.
And I feel like this game Breath of the Wild has been the game that Nintendo's been working towards, like, for, like, most of its existence, almost, because, like, just, like again, there's flaws. It's not the absolute perfect game. Like, there's the dungeons, like the... I don't even remember what they're called.
Shrines.
No, the
Divine Beasts?
Divine Beasts. Like, they kind of look samey.
I like the Divine Beast dungeons.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say, like, for gameplay, I like them. Yeah, definitely for aesthetically, they could have been a bit different.
Yeah, but that's where the sequel comes in, and we hope they get more dungeons and all that kind of stuff. But, like, just, like, turning on that game for the first time, realizing, like after so many years of, like, waiting for this, like, you finally play. It's one of those games.
Yep.
Like, I don't think I felt that since Brawl came out in 2008.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
that one gave me the Brawl feeling.
I have this game.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like, insane. But, like, do you have anything to say on it?
No, pretty much what you just said there, where it's just like, it's the first game where when they said you can go anywhere, they mean it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can go anywhere. If you can think of stuff, you can do it, right? The world, the engine is... They realized that letting the player be creative was what you needed, right? And I also liked how, even though this went this direction, they're not like, this isn't just the future of the series.
Yeah.
This is another game. You're going to get your other types of Zelda still,
Like
right?
Link's
And so we
Awakening
get
remake
Link's Awakening.
happened.
Yeah, so it's definitely made me go, like, yeah, like, this was a really good move. And honestly, if Zelda became this...
Oh, yeah, that'd be, like...
I'd be super fine.
Just keep refining it.
But refine it,
Like,
right?
like how
Make...
like, the thought of this type of game improving, it's, like...
Yeah, so
incredible.
Like, make the environments a bit more varied, such as the dungeons and all that. Maybe work on the weapon durability. I know people didn't like that too much, but it didn't bother me. I liked Link using different weapons, right? Armor is cool. Cooking is fun. Like, it was just a lot of fun stuff. I think a little bit more story that's not just kind of the cutscenes happening, but a more traditional story would be nice.
I feel like the second one's going to have that.
And so we'll see. We'll see. We don't know, right? At this point, we don't know anything about the sequel other than that it exists, and we got that cutscene with potentially Ganondorf. We don't even know if that's Ganondorf, right?
And just alluding to how, like, darker... it's the Majora's Mask to Breath of the Wild's Ocarina of Time, and that's, like, infinitely exciting.
Definitely excited for that.
The other game, I mean... Persona 5.
Yep, there it is. That was another one that was on my list.
I think that's number 2 on my games of the decade.
Yeah.
Just like how, like, 2 games came out in the same year that, like, are the top of my list.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this game came out at a time when, like, a lot of my life was changing. Like, I was just like...
Life will change.
Basically.
Hey.
Waking up, getting out there,
Yep.
Like, I don't know where to begin. Like the story isn't, like, awesome. Like, it's my first Persona game.
Yep. First real JRPG.
Yeah.
Like, the first real turn-based JRPG, and you're like, but it's turn-based, it's gonna be boring. And I'm like, no, you'd be surprised.
No, the thing that convinced me was the jazz soundtrack.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, I'll buy it.
Yeah, then the jazz soundtrack, you're like, oh, okay, I'm in.
But, like, I played this... I got it when it was released, and then throughout the rest of the year, like, literally the rest of the year, I played through it.
It's a long one.
Yeah, and I just, like, kind of changed with these characters, and, like just how... Like, what the game means to me is just, like, infinite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, like, not even, like, a better... Maybe Persona 4 is better in some people's minds, but, like...
Well, but for a lot of people, they were going through that with Persona 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I played Persona 4 for me through high school, right? So it's just like,
right.
like, that for me gave me that feeling there. So a lot of it does come down to, like, what's the first one that you played at a very critical time? Because even though I played 3 first, 4 was the one that really hit home, right? So, yeah.
And they just, like... how it made turn-based combat like really fun and like
And stylish.
oh my god, like the music, the presentation, is everything's like it fire on all cylinders.
The menus were so good that Sakurai literally made a stage on the menus. Not even like a physical location from Persona 5, but the menus.
I mean, it deserves it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Persona 5 is definitely up there.
Yep.
Then there's, I didn't play it this year, but it came out this year, Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Like probably my indie game of the decade. Just like amazing environments, awesome like challenge. Just like the bosses were fun. Like probably like the best Metroidvania I've played. I haven't played many Castlevania games. I haven't played Bloodstained yet, but like I think Hollow Knight's like not going to be dethroned.
Well, there's like the different levels of kind of Metroidvanias. Like, is it more RPG or is it more based on your skill or is it more based on the items? So it's like, yeah, like different levels there. But definitely from what I've heard, for it's like Hollow Knight is pinnacle for
I love that
sort
game
of
so
style.
much. Like I bought the special edition.
Yeah.
That costed like 100 when I already had the game.
Yeah.
So it's like it just goes to show how much I love that game.
Yep.
2018.
I mean, Smash Ultimate. Like, we honestly, do we even have to say too much?
We didn't even mention Smash for Wii U in
No,
2014.
because
Ultimate exists.
And completely makes you go, I don't even need to look at that anymore.
Well, I like going like the nostalgia for Wii U, but like
honestly, I'm like, I think it's completely taken the slot of it for me.
really,
Yeah, absolutely.
like even with like the trophies gone and like
I don't care.
no, I feel like
Dude, like, what am I gonna
it's
Smash Tour? You think I care? No, go away.
it's the most video game
Like,
that exists. I think.
yesterday I brought it out at my family Christmas, and like, well, because we have Ukrainian Christmas, that's why it's later. Like, I brought it out, and there's kids were playing it. People were walking by and going, "Oh, I remember Banjo-Kazooie." You know, it's like
That's crazy to think about,
right? Like, everyone was like, there was something for everyone, and they were all able to play and have fun.
Yeah.
It is accessible, but you can still go deep. It has so many characters, new, old. You can learn new ones. You can play your old favorites, and you can keep having fun.
Yeah,
right?
it's just like it's like whenever my friends come over, it's like we'll play Smash.
Yeah,
again.
play Smash. It's the go-to, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
And there's so much content that like it doesn't get old.
doesn't get old, right?
It's like by the time you're done playing it, I'm like, oh, I wanted to play on this stage or whatever.
yeah,
I
well,
wanted
you'll
play
get
this
to a
character.
stage, you're like, I completely forgot this is in the game.
Yeah,
It's like, well, here we are.
and it's like how there's still content coming out for it.
Yep.
Like Nintendo knows it's a moneymaker, so obviously.
Oh,
but-
yeah. Well, I think Smash Ultimate is, I'm going to say, the last Smash game that's going to happen in this current style, at least. So they are making it be a game that will...
Oh, Sakurai knows it too. It's like
Yeah, they're making
He's
it
not gonna
the
get another
ultimate
chance.
game, right? So
yeah, like when you think Ultimate, it's like he put Ridley in the game finally. He put King K. Rool in the game finally.
Yep.
Banjo's in the game finally.
Yep.
Like all these characters that like were requested are in this game. And
Yep.
it's like it's real. Like knowing this game is real, it's like it's hard to think about. Any other games in 2018?
that's all I had for 2018.
Okay. There's God of War, which was like probably one of the best feeling games I've ever played in my life.
Yep.
But you even played it? Like the Leviathan axe is like
That
one
feels
of the
good.
best mechanics in the game. The story, again, so many good stories. I forgot about Spider-Man that came out.
Yeah.
That was like... I saw someone like say like the web swing is like the best mechanic in a game ever.
It's good.
And it feels like...
Feels very good.
It's amazing. Like, yeah. 2019.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Really?
For me, just getting to the end of a journey so long. Now, mind you, I say getting to the end when there's going to be DLC. That will be the real end. But regardless, it also showed the evolution, because the dialogue in every other Kingdom Hearts game is stilted, obviously translated Japanese, but this one was written by the Disney writers. So you have characters that are funny, you have characters that are true to themselves. The freaking Pirates of the Caribbean world looking photorealistic, and then it pans over to Sora and you're like, oh my god. You know, it makes me happy that that was one of those mythical games that like aren't gonna come out, right, for a long time. Final Fantasy VII Remake, The Last Guardian, Kingdom Hearts 3, those were the games, Shenmue 3, those are the ones that for a long time were like, well, that game's never coming out.
Yeah.
And it did. And it hit for me.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Yep.
For you, it doesn't matter anything else.
Yep.
That's it for.
That's the last one for my list.
2019 for me. Maybe there's a bit of recency bias, but Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Like, just finished that game. Like again, like, amazing story. Like you'll get to see it, but like the gameplay just like it's such a unique game that I think stands out so much. Why it stands out so much for me because it's a game I've never like played before.
Yeah.
It's like just deliver stuff and like you always have to be attentive to the environment and like some things get annoying here and there, but like I just feel like I've been anticipating this game for so long. Like this is probably your fault because you got me into Metal Gear,
Right? Yeah.
and made me fall in love with Hideo Kojima's games and the man himself, and like just knowing
He's very attractive.
and just knowing that like his next game, like he has the free reins on it. Like I remember that video with him and Andrew House, and Andrew House was like almost crying,
gushing at him. Yeah.
and like just knowing that like he's making a game that he is in full control of, and like I can't wait. And like the speculation leading up to the game, like with all those trailers and like knowing everything, knowing all the secrets and knowing everything about the game now, it's like it's a weird feeling. But like I'm happy I know it finally.
Yeah.
But like yeah, it's definitely. So out of all your lists, I've said mine Breath of the Wild, but like if you had to choose one, what's the number one?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here, bucko. Out of all of them, that's a toughie. Because a lot of mine are all very, like, they're for different reasons. They do different things for me, right? Like, they've introduced me to stuff. They've helped me.
I think Persona 5 and Breath of the Wild are interchangeable for me. So, two that you could like.
Okay. I'm going to say Skullgirls.
Okay.
Because of what it led to in my friends. It led to friends, right?
Mm-hmm. And just like one of your like main passions.
Yeah.
Like you have a fight stick right here.
You're literally a fight stick by my feet.
Yeah.
And
what's it gonna be?
I'm going to say, shoot, dang,
You gotta decide.
Danganronpa.
Danganronpa?
Because
What were you contemplating? What was the other one?
well, no, it was just all of them.
All of them?
Right? But they're all for different things. But for me, Danganronpa led to my YouTube community kind of growing. It led to exploring visual novels as a read along with me sort of thing, which I love now. It helped me just grow as a person with that stuff. So definitely, I'd say those two.
That's good choices. Okay. And that's the decade.
That's the decade. On to a new one.
Yes.
Let's hope that this
Full
is a
of-
good one.
Maybe Galaxy 3. Maybe. We didn't mention Mario Odyssey.
I liked Mario Odyssey a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's I think a game needs to not just be a good game. It also needs to do something for you.
Yeah,
Right. It
for
can't.
sure.
It can't just be this game's good. It's like, well, there has to be a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Does it lead to something good? Did it do something new for you? Because like Mario Odyssey is probably my favorite Mario game, but it didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And that's the game of the decade
That's
discussion.
the game of the decade discussion.
Now,
Foreign exchange. Yes.
So we got Fate Extella Link.
And pain.
Pain.
And let me tell you what was a pain. How many blue screens you got on your stream of Fate Extella Link?
Well, that's I didn't like.
I did not know that every cutscene of that game was blocked. I would not have asked you to stream it otherwise. But we still had a really fun stream.
Yeah, it was just the bros hanging out.
Just the bros hanging out.
What's his name? Staring into our souls.
Archer.
I have a picture of him saved.
Just staring at the screen with big ole eyes.
Well, the main thing you wanted me to focus on was like the gameplay.
Yeah.
And, like the Warriors. Like, and it was fun. It was really fluid. I noticed.
So, because it's a Warriors game not made by the Warriors company.
Oh.
It's made by Marvelous, who are the Senran Kagura team.
But it's weird how much of a Warriors game it felt like.
Right? Like it
just felt like
it's an unabashed Warriors game.
Yeah.
But it's seeing some of the other stuff that they do there.
I didn't really like go into all the menus and all that because like again it was just like for the foreign exchange here, but like just the amount of systems and all that can like I was like thinking in my head, like, how does this compare to Hyrule Warriors? And,
Yeah.
like, it's a lot more complicated.
Yeah, because we ended up saying use your magic meter when it was the moon drive, then we'd say use your your.
Some of those specials were like, I hope to see those top tier things in like actual Warriors games, like in Scramble or the eventual Hyrule Warriors too. But like,
what about the kind of command menu for your special moves?
It kind of reminded me of one of my least favorite parts of Eyes of Heaven in JoJo, where you had to like open up the menu and then do a move. I don't really like that.
Okay.
I really like just having it there, like press one button and then it happens instead of like having to hold something and then press it, which I felt like if you put too many commands in a game, that's what has to happen. But like,
yeah,
I felt like it was okay.
Okay, well, you can actually, because you didn't get to it, but you can unlock more and kind of put in different ones to exchange them around.
I guess that makes it okay then.
So, because you can upgrade them too, so it's like you can kind of choose which buttons are for which there. So there's that, but you didn't get to that because of it.
Yeah. Most of the characters like I played as were different. I really like the hub area. Mm-hmm. Like, I hope like Scramble has that.
Yeah, just a place to chill out and see them hanging out and talk
to them or something.
Talk to Astolfo. I know that. I know her. I know Astolfo. The whole chat going.
I completely forgot about. I wasn't making a joke. I completely forgot about it.
That's fine.
And then just the end of the stream was like a standout, just like chilling,
chill
with the bros.
Yeah.
The game looks amazing. Like, I can't believe like in the hub area with the stars in the city and like all that.
Yeah.
And then just in the actual like maps, I didn't like the teleportation.
I see. I just view it as a way to just get there quicker, which is because it's like really those hallways in Warriors games when it's kind of more like square, not big open maps. It's just there to take up your time. Right? I guess. So I thought of it just like you go where you need to go, right? Mm-hmm. And what about them dashes?
Oh, that felt like I compared it to something. I forgot what it was.
Well, you said Sonic at first because the one you're playing as would spin every time. Tomomo there would spin every time.
Yeah.
You said Dragon Ball too, didn't you?
No.
I think we joked about it feeling like Dragon Ball with how you can just
felt like
kind of mecha around them.
Again, how fluid it all felt, and like I really, really enjoyed like the feeling of the game. Mm-hmm. That's what I'd take away from it.
All right. Will this convince you to get into Fate?
Nope.
Okay, sounds good. Meanwhile,
it's just like it's too anime for me.
It's pretty anime. It's pretty anime for sure. I won't even deny that. Meanwhile, I took a look at the PlayStation 3 digital download only title, Pain.
I feel like on a whim, you got way more out of this than I ever thought you would.
I got so much out of this stupid game. So Pain is...
It's an early PS3 title, like one of the first PS3 games I played.
I would argue almost a glorified tech demo.
Yeah. Of
physics and explosions. You are just launching characters into the environment to have stuff happen.
It really just felt like a 3D pinball game.
Yes. There were...
with humans.
Only a couple maps.
Yeah, I forgot how little.
The rest were DLC, which I refused to buy.
And they were like $15. So
they were very
absolutely
expensive.
Not.
Thankfully, there was free DLC, which
Kotaku member?
Not Kotaku. It was Famitsu Magazine. Yeah. You got Kato-san from Famitsu Magazine, which would guarantee that game get a high mark. We need to look up what it got. We need to look up what it got from Famitsu. Pain Famitsu Magazine review. We need to see Famitsu scores, not the Phantom Pain. Oh, it's probably not going to be on here.
Pain PS3.
Oh, it's totally not on there. Oh, it's all the Phantom Pain. No.
Pain PS3. Or like
Pain 3 PS3. There's no way.
No, it's not coming
up. No
up.
one will have documented
It's such a generalized title.
Way. Okay, but so
did you have fun with it?
I had fun with it as a toy.
Okay.
Not as a game, but as a toy, as something
It's like, oh, what happens when you do this? Or
yeah,
like,
right?
yeah.
Or just playing around or seeing stuff go wild.
I forgot how raunchy it was.
It's very raunchy. There are many massive boobaroos everywhere. But then there's the fact that the game doesn't have a soundtrack, and you need to install your own soundtrack.
Like, thank God that you did that, because like the game probably would have been so boring.
And so I just literally, I have a folder on my computer called MISK music, miscellaneous music. And so I just I highlighted a section, threw it on a USB stick, plugged it in, and that gave us these hilarious moments of like, because I remember I used a bunch of water themes from games for a video.
Yeah.
And so I had like these really somber water themes with characters like falling and getting run over by cars and explosions. So we had a really fun stream. It was ridiculous. Apparently a member of the Pain community came out and was typing in the chat.
Really?
And yeah, I was very shocked. And they're like, you were the first person to stream this game in years. Thank you. Like, that is very strange.
That's weird.
It was
definitely the least professional stream
it was
you've
the
ever
least
had.
professional stream I've ever had
Unintentionally.
where like the game would just stop being read by my capture card, and I'm like, why? My camera would pop up accidentally. I'd be like, stop. It was buck wild, and I had so much fun.
What did you think? There were like two main maps. There was
Definitely the city was the better one.
You think so?
I think the city's the better one because the other one is very wide open, which means that if you fall in an area where you're done, right? The city you can usually find other stuff to do.
How you didn't figure out like the main mechanic of the game.
I didn't even know that you could
thumbsticks.
use both thumbsticks to move farther. And
you're like, how do you get that? How do you get
I
over
like,
there?
I was like, how do I even do some of this stuff? And then I realized you have like one that moves your whole body and one that ooches you over. So like you could do both. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess they said do the tutorial to unlock it, and I'm like, well, I didn't know where the tutorial was. I thought I completed it in the first level when it told me that I did the tutorial, but there was more apparently. It was definitely a game that I could see myself buying as, a youngin' and enjoying for a while, and then seeing a DLC map come out and then put in the more money for the DLC map and go, I remember that game, let's play a bit more. And then a new DLC map, I could see myself doing that. Would I buy the rag dolls? No. No. There were unlockables that I discovered, but the criteria to unlocking them was ridiculous. Like break 1,000 panes of glass, and you could see that it would unlock something. I'm like, yeah, I'm not.
It's cool, like especially in the city area where like almost everything had a purpose.
Yes, yeah. No, definitely. I had more fun with it than I expected. Some streams, I'm looking at the clock, I'm like, are we at 2 hours? But this one, I naturally hit there and had lots of fun.
That's good. Just like aquatic ambience happening as you're hit by an ambulance.
It was great.
I said ambience twice. But
yes.
Ambulance.
Yes. Ambulance and ambience.
Yes. That's pain.
All right. We ready for the next foreign exchange?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Who's going first?
I will. Mine is not a game or a movie.
So Beat told me that you told him he'll like the game that you're gonna give me. So it's not a game?
It's not a game. He misread that. I just said he'll like what I'm
Is it an anime?
It's not.
Is it a TV show?
It's not.
It's a book?
It is.
Book. What? Well, there's a lot of books, Tanner.
Okay. It is manga.
Okay.
It is a one that I'm sure you've seen images of on the internet, because it is a one that the internet has fallen in love with. It is wholesome. Extremely wholesome. There's no lewdness. Well, okay. There's minimum lewdness for manga.
Is it an anime too?
There's no anime for this.
Okay. I don't really pay attention to
manga. I don't think you would. Stuff. I don't think you would guess. So I'm going to show you, and I have 4 volumes of it.
Okay.
So honestly, it'll take you. They're very short volumes.
Okay.
It's actually just right here.
It's just JoJo again.
It's not JoJo.
Oh, it's the Fate.
It's not Fate.
Oh, it's not fate. Komi can't communicate?
Yes, Komi can't communicate.
And I can read manga now.
Yes, you
JoJo.
can. So, just read the back out loud for us.
Like the
The blurb here.
Socially anxious high school student Shoko Komi's greatest dream is to make some friends, but everyone at the school mistakes her crippling social anxiety for cool reserve. With the whole student body keeping its distance and Komi unable to utter a single word, friendship might be forever beyond her reach. Very relatable so far. Timid Tadano, I think that's how it's pronounced,
Tadano.
is a total wallflower, and that's just the way he likes it. But all that changes when he finds himself alone in the classroom on the first day of high school with the legendary Komi. He quickly realizes she isn't aloof. She's just super awkward. Now he's made it his mission to help her on a quest to make 100 friends.
So it's about the main character there, Komi, who has such crippling social anxiety that she can't speak. And her quest to make 100 friends. And it is...
I'm intrigued.
So wholesome and wonderful. It is really good. I've read the first 4 volumes that I have here, and I find myself laughing out loud while I read them, and my family thinks I'm insane. So yes, you have the first 4 volumes of Komi Can't Communicate. Beat loves this. He loves it.
Cool.
He uses reaction images from it a lot. Like it's very popular online because she is adorable, and really good.
I'll be sure to update Beat on it as well.
Oh yes, for sure. He'll be happy to hear your opinions. Cool. It's there's no grand narrative to it. I'm gonna say that. Don't expect to come out of volume 4 feeling like we did it. We've accomplished a major goal. It's a slice of life.
Okay.
It's one that you just read through and smile at.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So I was originally going to give you I was going to make you play the first Halo.
Oh,
But then you decided, hey, I'm going to do a retrospective, and I threw that out the window.
Because
and that was in the morning.
You retweeted?
And it was like literally an hour before I had to go.
You retweeted that video of a dude playing Halo Reach. And that made me go, yo!
Kill-tacular!
Halo! Kilimanjaro! Kill Apocalypse! Be the bullet. I'm like, yo, I love Halo. So then I'm like, yeah, I want to do a retrospective. And then then you messaged me right before I tweeted that.
Yeah.
Saying, yo, do you still have your Xbox One? And I'm like, because he retweeted, I know what he's going to ask me. So I thought you were still going to ask me to do it.
Well, you're going to do it on your own.
I'm going to do it on my own, though, anyways. So it doesn't matter.
So then I had to scramble, like I always had to. Me going through my PSN list again. Oh, God, oh, fuck. Type stuff. And then I came across a game. You can. I looked at the playtime and I was like, you can do this entire game in like a stream.
Okay.
It's a goofy game. I think it'll be a good stream game. It was a stream game. It was one of those popular stream games. You can finish it within like 2 hours, I think.
Okay.
It's goofy. It's whimsical.
Okay.
You play as an animal.
Is it Nobi Nobi Boy?
No.
Watom?
No.
Okay.
It's an older game. It's on Switch now, but it was
Goat Simulator?
No. You play as an animal.
Untitled Goose Game?
No. Before that.
PS4, right?
I think it was just on PS4. It's the sequel. It's the second one. It's the more popular one. That's just goofy, whimsical. You get married.
Oh! Octodad!
Yes.
Oh, yeah!
Octodad 2.
So I played through Octodad 1.
Oh, did you play through 2?
But I've not played through
There
2.
you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Second one. I looked at some gameplay. I'm like, would this be a good stream game? And I'm like,
think it would.
oh, this game
That'll
is so
be fun.
This
That'll
game's
be
gonna be
fun.
fun. Yeah. So Octodad 2.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Octodad 2.
I remember playing through it.
Deadliest Catch. That's the
And it's
subtitle.
a game you can play through the
yeah,
whole thing.
It's short there,
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's fun.
Cool.
Okay. Well, we have that set then. So yeah, because of our time, we won't be doing the border battle.
No.
But I do have the results from the last border battle ready to go. So, last time we had all of Burning Man times about 100 versus Zangoizen with mecha parts. And the winner is Burning Man with 4 votes to Zangoizen with 2. So, Burning Man has won.
Well, those two people who voted the other one, I'm like, you got some guts.
And I'm gonna say I don't vote on my own. So
Okay, neither do I. So
there we go.
Thank you for voting.
Thank you for voting, everyone. And we'll be back with that probably next time because we just real life hits you sometimes.
Yeah.
It's job stuff.
Yeah.
We'll just say that. All right. So we have now our question period.
We have 3 questions from Mauricio, Nino, and Blubber.
Okay.
Blubber sent his literally in the middle of the recording.
That's
earlier.
why you took out your phone and pasted something into the document.
Yes.
Okay. So here we go. So first one's from Mauricio. What's up, guys? Mauricio here. Since we talked last time, I platinum DMC 5 and beat the game on Heaven and Hell, which is 1 to 3 KO, 1 to 3 hit KO mode. So yeah, it's a mode where basically you like everything dies in 1 to 3 hits,
so do you,
including you.
Okay.
So on the question. So I don't know if you heard about, but the anime version of We Never Learned spoiled who the firework girl was who helped Narayuki from the ground despite the manga not ending. Oh, I didn't know that actually. It's a good thing I stopped watching it when I saw they're cutting ahead to the end of the manga. So, good. So what is a spin-off, prequel, etc. that spoiled you in the main series of something?
This is a very specific question I could not come up with the answer to, but I framed it in the mind of someone watching something.
Yeah.
Of someone not being in the know, whereas I am in the know. And that's if you're just like a normie watcher on Netflix and you turned on El Camino on Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You'd like get spoiled that like the end of the series, what happens there and all that. And I feel like the same could be said for Better Call Saul with the flash forward sequences, the black and white ones. Like you saw like the Gene stuff at the beginning of season 1 there when you watched.
Yeah.
So like be like, but it also like, oh, what actually happened, which could prompt you to watch the main show. But yeah, that's my answer. I couldn't really come up with. Because that's such a specific question. Like,
Sakurai spoils Xenoblade.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Sakurai just straight up spoils so much of Xenoblade.
Spoils a lot of games.
He spoils a good number.
Didn't he spoil Mother 3?
Yeah, he spoiled Mother 3 too.
He didn't spoil anything in Ultimate, did he? I don't think so. I think all the characters that got in were kind of like platformer or like more.
Yeah, there's nothing too story based. My only thought is he kind of spoiled. No, they're really old and arcadey. There's nothing really. Yeah, no, he kind of. Well, I mean, because you don't have the trophy descriptions anymore. Yeah, that was a big thing, right?
Yeah,
but there was a lot there that spoiled quite a bit.
I feel like if you didn't want to like see anything from Persona 5, that you'd see like the later party members.
Yeah,
and like how Goro is in there or something.
Yeah. Well, I know for me, when I was a kid, I'd buy a lot of gaming magazines, and they used to just print full walkthroughs of games with pictures. And so you turn to the wrong page, boom, there's the final boss of the game that you're playing, right?
And it even goes with like YouTube videos.
Oh
like,
God,
what's
right?
What's that channel?
Profissa Gaming.
Yeah. I blocked him.
More like Prolapse my gaming.
Luckily I haven't gotten anything spoiled from him, but like, what's like a YouTube thumbnail you saw that like spoiled something, or like even a description in the title? I feel like it's kind of spinning off your question, Mauricio, but I want to know.
It's usually just all bosses, and then they put in
the final
bosses. Yeah, right.
It's like
Yo, shout out to Game Explain, just always using Captain Falcon with a question mark. I'm very happy. That's good.
Yeah. Cool.
Because it's never going to be Captain Falcon. It's never going to be him. So it's like you can't spoil it. Okay, and then the other question is a bit of opposite from last week, but what are your favorite villains in media?
I mean, I already talked about him, Arden.
Arden's great. Adachi.
You'd say so?
I liked Adachi a lot. What's that?
I feel like you spoiled that.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not a spoiler.
Okay.
It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler.
Okay, thinking about other ones. You keep going.
Oh God. Looking around my room. Oh, I like Blackbeard a lot from One Piece. Because he represents the same stuff as Luffy, but going about it differently. And the more we learn about him, the more genuinely interesting he is. Plus, he's not a attractive anime villain. He's a disgusting, huge monster, right? So, well, monster of a person, right?
Funny Valentine.
He's good. He's good.
I think he's like my favorite villain in JoJo.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
He might not have like the realism of Kira, and not like the absolute whimsicalness of Dio.
That's true.
But like I feel like he hits that good medium where he's like his motivations are like you can't relate to them, but like you can see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
But his like abilities are also like wacky.
Yeah, for sure.
He's just a cool character. Who else? I'm trying to think.
No, I'm trying to think of stuff other than games too. I mean, honestly, Thanos.
I mean, yeah.
Like, to a point where
he's like the modern Darth Vader almost.
Yeah, where it's just like he is truly a villain that you watch and you're like, you don't necessarily sympathize with him, but you enjoy him. You enjoy his existence.
I'd say like it just popped in my head, Majora from Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's a very popular villain. Like people,
and it just was used once.
Yeah,
and that's what I like about
it. That's how powerful he is. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we about covered that. Thanks, Mauricio.
Tom Nook.
Tom Nook is not a villain. Tom Nook is a saint. He gives you a house for like such a low down payment and you don't even have to pay it. He gives you a job to fit you into society. He works so hard. Tom Nook is not a villain. Tom Nook is more of a hero than half the heroes in Smash. Thanks, Mauricio.
Cool.
Nino. He says, is nostalgia a big factor when it comes to the enjoyment of something? Do you feel like you enjoy Mario games more than other platformers simply because you're playing with your old pal Mario, stomping on familiar Goombas and Koopas? Comparing something like Odyssey or even 64 to Hat in Time. I never had as good of a time playing as Hat Kid in the worlds of her game compared to being Mario in his games, and that might be because of the dreaded nostalgia. I think that's a good question there.
I feel like a lot of the games I go back to are because I want to experience it again, mainly based on nostalgia. But I don't think like if the game's good enough, I think nostalgia is a part of it, but there's also a part where you want to like re-experience the gameplay, and I feel like it's not like the entire reason I go back to play something. It's because I want to like play the game again and like just feel back in that world. And yeah,
I think for me, nostalgia is sometimes less about the actual characters and world in game and more about the feeling of them.
I think that's
because, for example, I can play a spiritual successor to something and still feel like, for example, when I played Bloodstained, that is not a Castlevania game, but it had the soul of it. And I felt nostalgic, even though it's not a Castlevania game. I felt nostalgic for the original Igavanias. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Look at Mighty Number 9. Mm-hmm. That is supposed to have the soul of Mega Man, but it really didn't.
Ukulele.
Definitely. Ukulele was supposed to have the soul of Banjo-Kazooie, and it didn't really. No. So I think as long as something has what I would call the soul of the series, then I can definitely enjoy it, even if it's not direct nostalgia.
I don't get nostalgia for Metroid when I play Hollow Knight because it's based off of the stuff, but it does its own thing with it.
Yeah, and you can enjoy it for that reason too, for sure. I think
nostalgia is such a tricky thing.
Nostalgia
bring it up a lot.
Is a big factor, and I find it interesting because I know for some people they think of nostalgia as a negative emotion.
Really?
Yeah, and it's interesting because there's people who feel sadness from nostalgia, which is the opposite for me.
I feel a lot of sadness too.
I feel a joy that I was there to begin with.
But the sadness doesn't come from a bad place.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
I feel like it's like, oh, it sucks that I can't have those feelings again, but I'm also glad I do have them in the first place.
Okay. See, I don't think that's a sad one, personally. I don't feel sadness from nostalgia.
Like Inside Out when the sad and the happy memory combine.
I guess
that's the nostalgia,
okay. And then the question of like, do you feel like you enjoy Mario games more than others because you're playing as Mario. No, I like Mario more than other platformers because usually they're the better ones.
I mean,
Like,
why?
There's a seal of quality on
If
Mario.
that was the case, then Mario Maker wouldn't be as fun. That's not the point I'm trying to make. I mean like,
Well,
you're playing as the like Mario 1 in that style, and you're playing these in that style, and I feel like nostalgia for us is like the feel of the game.
like if you were to remove Mario and still release Mario Maker and it was still as good, I think it would definitely not for other people be the same level because they need that nostalgia. But for me, at least, I'd still play and enjoy it even if it didn't directly have Mario in it, right? But at the same time, it definitely helps because it does give you that familiar feeling. But usually it's tough because I agree that nostalgia is a big factor in stuff, but usually we're nostalgic for good things, right?
Yeah.
We're usually not nostalgic for garbage.
Well, there's PlayStation All Stars, but that's like a unique case.
Yeah, right?
There are good parts of that game, but
No, for sure.
yeah.
So definitely I would be like, for a lot of people, nostalgia is a big thing, but I know for me, I'm willing to try something new, even if all it does is carry the soul of something, right? But other people, it might be different. It's a deep question. Very deep. Thank you, Nino. Think we about covered it?
Yeah,
I think we about covered it. Thank you, Nino. And finally, we got one to hear from Blubber.
I haven't even read this one yet.
Okay. So, Blubber here. Oh gosh, oh geez, I forgot how to send in I forgot to send an email. Don't know if this will make it. It did. Pretty last minute, but there's a question hot out of my brain space. Are you guys planning on early adopting? Next-gen consoles are supposed to be out by the end of the year, yeah? So, seeing as you're cutting-edge video game-themed content creators, are you planning to jump on the PS5 and possibly Xbox Series Xbox, oh my god, that's the title, right away, or letting the dust settle to get any problems like the PS4 discs destroy the PS5 drive or Red X of Death out of the way? Okay, we're going to start with that, because the next one is unrelated. Okay.
I definitely think for the PS5, yeah.
PS5 absolutely getting
yeah.
that day one.
Even with the problems.
Switch Pro that'll be coming out day one.
Yeah.
The Xbox Series X, again, I think I talked earlier where I said I'm going to be looking into doing the upgrading. Because here's the thing. The big problems for that generation were it was the PS3 and Xbox 360 generation. This generation has not had a major issue like that.
No, really.
The only thing that would be is Joy-Con drift, which I still don't have. And
Me neither.
I've never seen it
I feel
in real
like
life.
it's like a
Never
thing
seen
that
it.
actually doesn't exist.
I've never seen it. Like, it's weird. But regardless, I don't think they'll have those problems because of the fact that at this point they've got it down.
Yeah.
You know, Sony and Microsoft are big companies that are not backwards like Nintendo. They know what they're doing, right? We love you backwards, Nintendo, but boy, you're backwards. So I'll be getting them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, there's like the debate of price, and now that I'm like living by myself, I need to make that top priority. But I feel like I'm gonna have enough money saved to be like, yeah, I can afford this.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's just a case of trying to figure out.
And even if that backwards compatibility, like I'm already sold, but like if that backwards compatibility thing happens, I'm like, of course, PS5 all the way.
Yep.
Being able to play like PS3 games again. Like I don't have to plug in the PS3.
Don't have to use a PS3 controller because
and they just it would decompress everything.
yes, yeah, that'd be nice.
Just make
That'd be very
something
nice.
one single console.
Okay. There's also, isn't it wild to think about how by the time you're old men, you could totally have people alive right now as your servants? Talking about servants like the Fate style. What class of servant would you two be, and what would your noble phantasms be? So let me pull up the classes for you. Okay? So Fate classes. So there are... Okay, so just these top 8 we're going to do. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Shielder, Saber, Archer, Lancer, Rider, Caster, Assassin, or Berserker. What do you see yourself as?
I feel like Lancer.
You're a Lancer?
Yeah.
You like the long range stuff?
Yeah.
But not too far, like long range melee?
Yeah. I like
Okay. And what would your noble phantasm be? So that's like your special. What would your specialty be?
that. What?
Like special
what's
attack.
The choices.
Well, anything. Like if you had a special attack based on your life. Like, for
God.
example,
Oh my God.
one like Kahulin, he's the blue guy. His noble phantasm is his lance always pierces the heart. It will warp reality, even if you are lying face down, sandwiched between two slabs of concrete. It will hit your heart. It will warp reality to hit the heart. What would yours be?
Oh my God. That's like so open-ended. Mm-hmm. Or you do yours first, and then I'll think mine.
Okay. I
You
truly,
probably got it down already.
I truly think I would be a Saber class. Not just because I love you, Saber, but also because I do feel like if I were to go into something, I would have that sword. You know, I would be the sword user, but not like a sword, but I would use two swords. I would use two twin swords that I would use two twin swords that I would be able to do cool stuff
there he
with.
goes.
I'd be able to do really cool twin sword stuff. Their names would be Konsho and Bakuya.
He's getting the swords out.
And I would be able to do super cool
doing a pose.
casting stuff with them. Even though I'm a saber, and I would not use them like a bow and arrow because that's stupid. Why would you use swords if you're an archer? That's stupid. No, I would have these.
So does it have to be related to your weapon?
No, it could be just related to your life. You can even have defensive ones.
Oh God.
And my noble,
That's so difficult.
My noble phantasm.
I have to like look into my soul.
My noble phantasm would make any food that I eat would be able to instantly heal all wounds, because
Pearl Jam.
like Pearl Jam, except less breaking your body apart and more just instant revitalization.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm like lassoing it in.
Don't you have a fan stand? Can't you just use your stand ability?
No, that's a separate thing. I can't
Noble
do that.
phantasms are just stands.
I already have.
They're just stand
I have a stand
powers.
ability, but I don't. I want to change something else. I want to do something else.
Okay.
I'd want to like all my ambitions come true.
Okay. Warp reality to make your ambitions true?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Sounds pretty powerful, but okay.
that's my fate knowledge.
Sounds good. All right.
Okay.
One more. And of course, what do the people 50 years from now see as your fatal weakness? So if you had one thing that is your weakness, what would it be? I know I have mine.
That's related to the
Related
power?
to yourself mostly. Like, for example, Achilles has his heel, right? Is someone who would die by beheading would have their neck be their weak point.
I feel like my ambitions would get so ambitious that it would be the end of me, you know?
So Macbeth, right? A
Yeah.
little bit of Macbeth there.
Yeah.
Mine would be fungus. I hate fungus. Fungus, literally, I loathe its existence. If there is something in my fridge that has mold on it, I will throw it away and everything near it. I hate fungus. So you could literally throw like a mushroom at me and I'd probably die.
We had one of my roommates cut a bunch of cantaloupe and just left it in there. Forgot about it, and it was really funky. And I'm like, we should throw this out. And he's like, yeah.
Even thinking about it makes me want to die.
And then there's a ball of cabbage that's been there for a few weeks, and I'm like, that's not gonna get used. That's gonna start rotting sooner.
Yeah, I want to die right now. Okay.
Relating to food, I was a fool and I got like super unripe bananas like 3 weeks ago, and they're still not ripe.
Wow.
And it's like, I want to eat these
Did
bananas.
you get them green?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a... Yeah, don't...
Now I know.
Just a little bit of green. Just a little bit of green.
These were like great.
Oh, yeah, don't get those.
Yeah, and they're still ripening up. They're yellowing a little bit, but not quite.
Okay.
But now I know. It's all about learning.
All right. And then he says full Yumi Neko LP hypnosis. Don't worry. Deeply considering it.
I don't know what that meant, so I just put it in there.
I did one of my quick look games that I did was of Yumi Neko, which is like another huge visual novel, and basically every comment is, yo, you know how much you liked Fate? This is Fate times 100. Everyone loves this more than Fate. And so what I basically said is, Okay, let me finish Fate first because there's a lot there, right?
Yeah.
I'm deeply considering it. Thank you, Blubber.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's do our outro and names and stuff here now so that then we can do our spoiler stuff after we take the break to watch the video that we will be linking and talking about after. So, hi, I'm Tanner again. You can find me on Tanner of the North on YouTube and at Tanner LP on Twitter. I am currently playing Soccer Wars, and Pokemon Sword is just finishing up right now. I'm going to be doing a Halo retrospective. I just showed Adrian the art of it, and it is very on brand, shall we say.
It's exactly what you think.
It's exactly what you think it is. Happy Energy Sword Sunday. And yeah, that's about it for me there.
And I'm Adrian, and you can find me on Twitter at H1000. And I'm glad we finally have a podcast intro song. Been wanting that since I think since we started Ships Worldwide.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we finally have that. Thank you, Moody. Please follow her on Twitter.
Yep. Links in the description.
Yep. And I'm in the early phases of some big things that I haven't even mentioned to you yet.
Oh, okay.
So look forward to that. I feel like this podcast is like my baby.
Yep.
And I want to even though you have the end control and everything, I feel like we forgot to mention our New Year's resolutions.
Oh God, I don't have one.
No,
I don't.
Or your goals for the year.
My goal for the year is to survive.
You have one more year, right, in that school, right?
Maybe 2, maybe 3, depending on what they do to me.
Well, hopefully it's just a year.
Yeah.
But mine are pay off the TV, and after that, start saving towards a PC. When I get that, start learning how to do editing, what you do.
Yeah.
And just taking the podcast. I want to take the podcast further.
Yep.
I want to.
And then after that, we can Skype it.
Yeah, maybe even then.
If we have to.
Getting
together is fun.
Yeah, and the same thing with the PC is to start looking into design stuff.
Yep.
I've been really taking a liking to interior design.
Oh yeah.
And I want to see if I can I'm trying to get my foot in the door in there.
Yeah.
See what I can do there. I want to get started on my career this year. I think that's the stretch. That's the big goal.
All right. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. That's a strong one.
Yeah.
Because that one will lead to many opportunities.
Hopefully.
All right. So we are cutting it here while we go and watch this Death Stranding video.
Oh,
do you know the name of it so people can watch it? What's it called?
Let me pull it up because I don't have it readily available.
Pull up the name and YouTuber who made it, just so that we can make sure everyone who wants to watch the video, if they want to as well, because we'll be directly addressing it, they can.
So the channel name is The Sphere Hunter.
Oh, I know Sphere Hunt. I mean, I haven't watched her videos, but I know because the person I follow does the art for her.
Yeah, and if you want the full spoiler analysis, it's called Death Stranding Spoiler Analysis, and it's Mads Mikkelsen doing the shush and her doing the shush.
Okay.
So
sounds good.
It'll be linked in the description too.
Yep.
So check it out. Go watch it, and we'll go watch it right now.
Yep.
And after this hour, you will know everything about Death Stranding.
Okay, sounds good. So we are cutting it right here.
See the sunset, the day is ending. Let that yawn out. There's no pretending. truth to find the end. This new tomorrow we must reach for to be heard. See the sunset. The day is ending. Let your heart soar. See the sunset. See the sunset. Just stay with you. Don't stray away from the truth.
We were back.
Okay. Hold up.
That's a lot to take in. It's a Kojima story in like less than an hour or so.
Okay, but it's even worse than it has ever been. Because it's a Kojima story with time travel.
Not really. There's no time travel involved.
But how is...
Okay, we're assuming everyone listening has watched the video.
Or played the game.
Yes.
How is the BB also...
No, okay, so the BB Sam had,
Yeah.
the whole game, that's just its own BB.
Okay.
So when he was plugging in, that was the memories he was seeing because he's connecting to a BB, which triggers his memories.
Okay.
Yeah, I had it confused there too.
That was... I was like... Okay.
I saw your eyes just like light up when the revelation that...
Because when
Sam was
he
Cliff's
pointed
son.
to the BB and goes, "That's me," I'm like, wait, okay, that makes it a bit
I
easier.
thought it was like he was having himself in the BB pod, but no, that was a completely separate one.
Okay.
And that was Lou, who turned out to be a girl, and he named Louise. And that's his daughter.
Okay, that explains that part at the end, because I was very confused. So Mads Mikkelsen is
Sam's father.
And
he was just like a really powerful BT who was literally too angry to die because he got his life. Because he was
big war man.
He was like, no, he was
big war man who fought Die Hard Man.
No.
And
he fought with him.
Yeah, but then at the end,
well, John killed him.
Yeah, killed.
And
but it was actually Amelie who was really
the villain. The
villain who is
also Bridget. Amelie, when she was born, her soul, her ka, you know they had a whole thing with like the ka and the ma, like the soul and the physical part of your body.
Yeah, okay.
Like her ka was born on the beach, and her physical body was born on the in the real world.
So when he was running on that beach with his sister, it wasn't actually his sister; it was his mother.
His adoptive mother.
Okay, that means it's not weird. Okay.
But it's still such a weird cutscene when that, like, I was like, I saw the Princess Beach stuff.
Okay,
But I wasn't expecting it to be that word.
the Princess Peach part, but more like Mario and Princess Beach.
And then the
Ah!
awkward ass running sequence.
Oh my god. And again, I asked the question too, can they say those names?
Yeah, I was like, it was a
I'm
Kojima-esque
going
cutscene.
to say because Kojima is good friends with the industry, they won't get in trouble for that.
Probably. So
Oh,
what else? Because there's a lot here, and I did extensive research after, so I kind of have everything.
the soul fusing with Mama was a bit weird.
Yeah, that was a bit magical.
Bit
like she said
magical.
in the video.
I like Guillermo del Toro cabadoning him in the shower.
He didn't. She didn't talk about it in the video, but the reason why he's called Dead Man is because he's actually not alive. When he was born, like all of his organs that didn't work got replaced by dead people's.
Oh,
So he's basically a
okay.
Frankenstein's monster.
Okay. No, but him cabadoning in the shower was really good. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
How
How about Higgs and all that stuff?
Higgs, okay, the fact that it turned into a fighting game with health bars
It
with
was
their
Metal Gear
faces
Solid 4 almost
is
almost there.
hilarious and awesome.
That was like
The way Higgs was talking. Now, mind you, this is only from when I was watching the video. Of
he's a
course, I
very
didn't play the
fourth
game.
wall breaking character.
But he feels like he's meant to represent Solid Snake.
Oh really? I never saw it like that. Why do you say that?
Some of the ways he was talking, a good old fashioned boss fight. I have a gun and you have your thing.
Oh.
And I took that as it almost feels like Kojima's putting that away.
Oh, I saw someone say that he finally got to play Ocelot without any strings attached. He got to really fully like embrace
I
like
could
that
see
crazy
that.
role.
Yeah.
So the whole like giant BT thing that was like in that trailer, that was just a thing that Higgs created.
Yeah. Did they explain why the tornadoes send you to
That
beaches?
tornado is just Mads BT like ultimate form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got my answers.
Yeah, it's
They
definitely like
answer everything.
yeah. That's why I felt so weird at the end because like I know everything.
That is-
The only thing to speculate on is like the five figures there, if they were his friends.
it's pretty
or...
clearly his friends, actually. I think so, at least.
But they were at they showed up at the beginning of the game where it didn't show it, but like before he met everyone, they were showing up. So I think they're the
Maybe
extinction
they
entities.
were the extinction entities, and then they were his friends after.
okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't played the game. I'm just guessing. Wow, huh. No, that explains everything.
Yep. Is there like anything else you want to bring up?
No, you're the one who played the game.
Well, I feel like I'm an open book.
I don't know. I don't know if this is the most insane or the most sane Kojima's been for a while, because it wraps up and it makes sense.
I feel like he wanted to do that after Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I had something on my mind. I forgot it though. Yeah.
I mean, even now thinking about all the trailers and stuff with all the weird symbolism, it all makes sense.
Yeah, and
now.
his like his cross on his stomach was
That was
when he got
explained.
repatriated, or whatever however you pronounce
Repatriated.
it. Repatriated.
I don't know, because it's interesting, because I remember listening to the Castle Super Beast podcast,
Yeah.
and they brought up at the end, they're like, one of them said, like, I finished the game. Is there anything you want to talk about? And he's like, no, not really. It's all
Yeah, there's not much to speculate on.
not much to say.
And people see flaws in that, but I think
It's wrapped up.
I'd rather have, after 3 years of speculation, just knowing
And you
everything
know what?
finally.
I mean, this is again coming from someone who didn't play it, but I don't think it needs a follow-up.
No.
I think it can be its own contained story.
Yeah.
And maybe something spiritually carrying it on from the gameplay perspective.
Yeah.
But Kojima did that before though, because he did Snatcher and Police Knots, which were one-off things with their own stories, and like Zone of the Enders got a sequel there, but then like they're done, right? And I think he should do more of those sort of.
Because at the end, like the Death Stranding ended, the Timefall went away.
Yeah.
The BTs are gone.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing with like the upside down rainbows. Like a file, like you think you read the blue in the rainbow is taken away because that represents death or like life, some sort of weird thing. But then in that final cutscene when Luis and Sam are outside, you can see the blue in the rainbow again.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm happy that I've had everything explained. I felt satisfaction watching that video and seeing it all happen, even if I didn't play it myself.
the scene on the beach, like Amelie's beach, when you have to, I thought you were gonna have to decide like to kill her.
That's what I thought was going to see, and they'd say there'd be two endings if you do or you don't.
No, there's just the one. But like,
You were right when you talked about the end of Evangelion things. There's
Yeah.
there's a lot there.
because
Symbolism
she wanted
wise,
to bring all the beaches together and then kill them all.
Yeah.
At once. But like, it really got me thinking like Sam's decision of like we either end life here, like on a not a high note, but like fast, easy, without any like serious like flaws, but like, or we can give humanity a few 100,000 more years left, even if they know this is still going to happen, but if we get this extra time, what are we going to do with it?
Is it a metaphor for medical euthanasia? Like think about how Bridget
guess,
looked, and how it's a situation of, do you end it now on a high note or hope for a bit more time?
I guess I could see it like that.
Right? Just thinking about the imagery of her in the chair, looking like how someone who is on their last legs would look, and then that's the choice, right? Interesting.
I saw it more as like it really like got me thinking about like the connections I have in my real life, and like I don't have all the time in the world, so I should like be more open with people and like make those connections, because like one day you're not going to be able to anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So
Okay.
that's the message I really got from the game.
Interesting.
There's a whole thing. It was in the video, but we cut it off shorter, where when he was on the beach, like he was on there, like in the human world, like the real world, he was on there for 30 days. But in that time, he was like, they didn't even say like, Deadman didn't even tell him how long, because that probably would have like blown Sam's mind.
Yeah.
But like during that, like when you're running around, there's scenes like where pretty much exposition jumps and like of Amelie telling you like what's happening and all that, and basically it comes down to like the universe wanted to revert everything back to zero.
Okay.
Because like when the Big Bang happened, it created like a separation of matter and antimatter, and the Death Stranding is just basically the universe trying to like reset itself to nothing.
Okay.
So the true villain is the universe and existence itself, which is crazy to think about.
Huh. Okay.
So that's pretty. Thinking like big brain time.
Yeah, okay. Huh.
But I really enjoyed the story.
Yeah.
Like that ending hours, like holy crap. Just like everything.
I mean, we just watched like an hour almost of the story, and it just felt like a good movie almost.
Yeah.
Where it's just like yeah. Huh.
But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Do you feel content after?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because not much to speculate on.
No, it's done. Right. That's
Yeah.
it. I don't even think there'll be a DLC.
No, I don't. I
like
don't
it's-
want anything.
I think it's just
Yeah.
done, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't had a game like that in a long time, huh?
No.
Right?
And I feel like it sucks because like the beginning part of the game is so. I would say poorly paced, but I think it was intentional on Kojima's part, because like he wanted to start the game out like you're alone, you're like not being helped, but as you make these connections with people, as you
Yep.
get more players in your game,
Yeah.
it's more easier, and like
And because that fits thematically too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
I think it's just gamers that I think Kojima's right. It's like just gamers they want instant gratification.
They want their games to start with a huge set piece.
Yeah.
They want their game to start immediately and have like an hour of the most intense stuff because that's what gets the views on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he thought of it more art, like an auteur there.
Yeah. So I think I don't think it's like Metal Gear levels of like quality, like Metal Gear 3 or Solid 3, but I feel like it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Okay. Well, getting all those answers, I don't have anything to say anymore. I'm just like, I feel like I've had the universe, everything told to me. So I'm just like, yep,
Yeah.
that's why.
Is there anything that you wanted to like talk about that you thought was cool or something
Yo, that whale?
at the end?
I think it's cool looking.
It's cool looking. It
I
wasn't a good boss fight.
I do like me a whale.
And like every time you fought a boss, like in the living quarters, you saw like those army men.
Yeah.
They like showed up as like the figurines that you
Oh,
saw in
yeah.
the back behind you.
Oh, cool.
And you could like when you near the end of the game, you could go back to like the World War sequences
Oh, yeah.
and like replay them.
Oh,
And you can
okay.
even look at all the memories of Cliff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I don't have much to say honestly because it's
Okay.
just like I've seen it and I've had answers and now I'm like
All right.
satisfied.
Cool. Did you want to go over JoJo a little bit or?
Is there anything? Okay, so where? Yeah, we'll do a little bit there. So where
So
are
we're
you?
ending Death Stranding spoiler
Yes.
talk.
And moving on to JoJo Part 8 spoiler talk.
Yes.
Yes.
Up to a point.
Up to a point. Because
All
where
right.
are you at now? Which you should leave now if you need to. So bye.
Yeah.
But if not, yeah, where are you at right now?
Right now I am in the middle. I just started the King Nothing chapter.
Okay.
Like I don't even. Like it's called King Nothing, and there's no like parts. It's just
Okay,
the one.
okay.
I just finished the arc called just all the names: Norisuke Higashikata, Tsurugi Higashikata, and Yotsu Yagiyama.
Okay.
Then that's like
I'll
the
give you a hint. It's Tsurugi.
Tsurugi.
You kind of just say like it's a
Okay,
Yeah.
Tsurugi. Okay.
Makes it easier there.
Yeah. And then I finished at Shakedown Road.
Yeah.
And I did the Paper Moon, the Paper Moon. What's the Paper Moon Deception arc with
Okay.
Tsurugi.
God, it's
remember?
been so long since I
So
read this.
he's dressed as a girl
Yes.
and we learned all about the
The family illness.
family illness and how like you turn into basically a rock.
Mm-hmm.
And now Norisuke figured it out. I don't know anything about that yet. He just said like I
Okay.
figured it out, but from the sacrifice of my parents, and that's all I know. And then Tsurugi's like dressed as a girl to fend off that illness.
Which is not how it works, but sure.
Like how's it?
Well, no, because dressing as a girl does not.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's the whole thing. It's a family thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but the stand was like the kid summons a piece of origami.
Yes.
And then if you touch it, you start seeing things the same everywhere.
Yeah, all the same. Like everyone has the same
Yeah.
face.
Yusaho was victim to that.
Yeah, which is that's a
And she like freaked out, and then Josh, almost like
that's a
raped her.
that's a yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's rough.
That was rough.
He's a
He's an
horrible
asshole. I
person.
hate him.
I'm so glad that
Like-
there's one thing that like he's. I think out of any fandom, there's always arguments. No one is arguing for.
But
Joshi.
before I was like, oh, Joshi's probably just like one of those like antagonistic characters you hate to
No,
love,
no,
or you love to hate.
no,
but
he
you know
is-
he's
he
scum.
is actually the worst, and no one likes him.
No,
There's a reason why all combo videos for Eyes of Heaven are against Joshu. No one likes him.
and then this like, just the horrible like heartbreaking story of how Johnny died, and
Yeah.
that just sucks.
Right?
And it's like I thought about it. I walked on my way home thinking about it. I'm like, that's how Jonathan died in like the thematic way. Like he sacrificed himself for
Yeah.
the goodness of his wife and child.
Yeah.
But like the whole thing, he went back to New York to get the corpse. And
Yeah,
then,
like it ties right in.
Yeah.
Like it is directly tied into part 7 there.
Yeah, that was awesome. And at the end, he's like, "But that's just a fairy tale.
Yeah.
No one actually believes it. But like we know as readers, like that actually happened."
Yeah.
But then how like he used the corpse to get the disease off his wife, but then the whole thing with like you sacrifice or you take something, you place something bad and put it somewhere else, and then it went to his kid, and then he's like, "Oh my god, I'm the worst person ever. I'm gonna like." Oh, he was like running somewhere. Oh, I how did I forget so easily? Like, do you remember?
Nope.
No.
It's been so long, bud. Okay, what chapter is this? Do you know?
I think it was shortly after. Yeah, it was Mario year 1901.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the story arc, and then we're gonna go to the.
It was just the one chapter. There's no parts to it. It's chapter 22.
Chapter 22.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Morio 1901. Says here.
Yeah.
Uses Tusk's ability to force the curse out, but due to the extravagant exchange, he takes upon himself as a shot in the head with his own stand ability. After falling to the ground, Johnny's life is ended when a large boulder falls atop his head, crushing it. So there's a lot of pictures online of showing like Johnny and versus the boulder. That's yeah, he dies through a boulder,
Oh, he shoots himself in the head.
but then the boulder falls on him.
Yeah. Which is weird. I wonder
Oh,
if there's
JoJo characters have survived getting shot in the head before, but
Oh, yeah,
rocks are the big. Any rock in JoJo is instant death. There's no surviving that.
Okay, because I thought that was the whole thing. There was like a whole thing.
That was okay. So that was before Paper Moon Deception. There.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the in between part there.
So we
And
go,
then we get the Paper Moon Deception.
Yep. I think I can go to the arc one again because I can just go to Paper Moon Deception. So it
then-
narrates her misadventures in the streets of Morio after the Paper Moon King renders her unable to distinguish people's faces.
And then we get the whole thing with the basement.
You
He
cannot
does-
draw dogs anymore.
The whole basement with the prison.
Yeah.
The prison looking place, and like Yusaho is there, and then this interesting person, what was his name? The architect.
Yes, the architect. He's in the next chapter, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, you never told me about what do you think about Nut King Call?
It wasn't really like they didn't really like cover it too much. It was kind of like he got the thugs off him, Joshu.
Oh, but did you know what the power
Oh,
is?
it got explained. Like it creates like
It just
screws
basically
in
it
people.
creates nuts and bolts and stuff. You can just unscrew it and it falls apart.
yeah.
Pretty simple, and I kind of like that. It's a nice, easy one to understand.
Yeah.
It's just you can anything you
it's
can
right
touch
here.
it, add a nut and bolt. You can unscrew it. Simple, done. Don't have to worry. No, don't need pages of stuff.
Yeah, and then there's the whole thing with Joshu confronting Norsuke about like how he's suspicious of him,
Yeah.
and he's like, no, like seriously, I see you as my son, I'm here to protect you and all that. And then they get attacked by by who I assume is the architect, and the stand's ability is to like just attract something to the center of you,
Yeah.
and like to crush you. That's pretty terrifying, seeing all those like nuts or chestnuts,
Yes. Oh, chestnuts are terrifying.
and then like
Yep.
And
Don't
it
like
like
it.
and when Josuke like blocked a bunch with his with like a plank, but then it like they were curving around it and they go into his face, and like, oh no. And that's where I am right now.
Yeah, there's some hardcore violence in this part with like some serious like ouch stuff.
Yeah.
There's some later on that I would argue reaches into the horror genre. Definitely.
Yeah. And then we see like a glimpse at Norsuke's stand, who I assume is King Nothing. The whole puzzle piece. I don't know what his stand does yet, but just seen it
I
a
don't
bit.
even remember what it does. I need to reread this part because it's like it's been a long time.
And I like how Norsuke says like, we don't show each other stands. That's basically like private stuff.
Yeah, it's like private parts.
Yeah.
You don't ask to see someone stand, bro.
Yeah, but it's nothing's big has happened other than the Johnny part.
And it's just weird. It's
Yeah,
a
it
weird
still just
part.
feels
It's
weird.
So
it's kind of
weird,
settling in, but it's like kind of like still like when I'm reading
right?
it, I'm
It's like you're like I don't know.
I don't feel comfortable. Like like
That's how it feels for like the whole part, honestly. Like from what I've read
I'm not
of
saying
all
that's
of
a
it.
negative. I'm saying that's
No,
like,
it's not. But it's
makes
definitely
it feel really unique. A
Yeah.
really unique part.
yeah, definitely.
Has there been a chapter this month yet, or?
No, because they usually go on break around Christmas,
Oh,
like
okay.
all the comics do. So I think they're just getting restarted now. So we'll probably get one.
Would you say it's going to
sometime.
end this year?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Because remember, that's only about 12 chapters a year, right?
Huh.
So it's because of that. It's like I think it'll probably be. I'm gonna say next year for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're not close. We're not in the end game, right? Like think about it. Like the battle against like Dio or something lasts like
Oh yeah.
like how many chapters, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be we're gonna approach it.
And you say you don't even know the villain yet.
Nope. Well, kind of. There might be, but like, there's no one that It's not
I don't know
like.
how you
It's
can-
not like. Part 3 where it's just like we gotta stop Dio, right? There's a guy who could be the villain because he's reoccurring and antagonistic, but at the same time, there's another character that just reappeared, and you're like, oh, you're a bigger threat. But are you just coming back for a one-off appearance, or are you a big problem? So I need to see.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Just in general, JoJo stuff. We heard Trish in the dub. For the first time.
yeah. Her dub voice is really good there.
Yeah.
Sounds like a young girl, which is nice because she is. Remember that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to like watching part 5 dubbed when it comes out like
Yep.
later this year probably.
Yep.
And then the second half of part 4 dub is coming out this month, the Blu-ray. So I'm excited for that. I still got to watch the first half.
Yeah, because then you can watch it all together there.
Yeah. God, I want part 6.
It'll happen.
Anime soon.
It'll happen. The whole they said the exact same thing about part 5 when it was like we didn't know if it was coming out. It was literally a case of, well, if you support it, we'll see. It was the same thing. Same
Okay.
thing with part 4. The only one that was outright confirmed was part 3 because the end of part 2 showed Jotaro in the jail cell.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like that time was obvious, but I think it's just a case of it'll come. We got to get there. We're riding that downward wave of part 5 just to pick back up for part 6.
Cool.
Okay. Well, I think that marks the end of this episode of our podcast. Probably
Yes.
one of the longer ones, thanks to having a lot of content, really.
Yeah. But that's good.
Yeah. So we will see you all next time when I take a look at
I'm not saying it.
Frick. I take a look at. Ooh, this is.
I don't blame you 'cause of-
Octodad.
Yes.
Octodad, Dadliest Catch.
Don't blame me for after the Death Stranding
And
stuff.
yeah, I'm. That's all I could think about. And you take a look at. Oh, he has to look over
Comey
too.
can't communicate.
Yes, volumes 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
Yes. So we'll see you then. For that, guys, thank you for watching. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Listening. They listen. They don't watch. They listen.
Well, they can watch too if
They
they
could,
want.
I guess, but
But it's not our faces.
that's fine. It's fine. Thank you, anyways. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.